Good morning, Tradeify Nation, and welcome to another edition of Tradeify TV. It is Friday, September 12th, 2025. It is 60 minutes before the New York opening bell, which means it's time for us to get you ready for your trading day. And I say us, and right now I mean me. Miriam will be joining us very shortly. She's having a couple of technical difficulties behind the scenes, but we will get her loaded up, and hopefully she's here in just a couple of minutes. She says technical difficulties. I'm assuming the matcha's just not ready yet, but that's okay. We don't want our good friend Miriam here without her caffeine. That would be bad for everybody, but she'll be loaded up behind the scenes here momentarily. So again, I guess I can't really intro myself. Even my ego's not that big, so I think we'll just go right away to the market wake up. All right, guys, so we want to take a look very quickly at the news here that we have coming up. We have Michigan consumer sentiment coming up at 9 Central. That's 10 o'clock Eastern time. So this is going to be one of those situations where shortly after the bell, we do have some major news coming. Again, we talked yesterday about this, I would say a little bit of a muted reaction to the inflation numbers. And again, it feels like the markets are just punting a little bit to the FOMC meetings. You can see, guys, here in the overnight, it's an hourly chart of the NQ. Basically, after a little bit of that slow grind up, you look at these long buying tails in these hourly candles. It's not something you normally see in the NQ hourly chart, especially in the first couple of candles of the day. Your 7 a.m. candle, your 8 and your 9, all threw up buying tails. So again, I remain bullish in the NQ and in the indexes in general. But we're just sort of banging our heads up here. We have not quite made new all-time highs yet. New all-time highs are just about 40 points above where we're trading now. And just let's see, what was the high of the previous hour candle? Let's see, 48.75. So we're just about 20 points away from new all-time highs. Honestly, hard to believe we don't hit it at some point today, but of course, you never know when it comes to the market. So we look at the ES. ES showed more strength yesterday. I know Miriam talked about that quite a bit once the program opened, because she watches the ES pretty well. She's been trading it a lot for the last few weeks as well. The S&P made a new intraday high of day yesterday, probably will do so again today. But right now, we're sort of chopping around between the 6580 level and basically 6600. So another roundy number, another 100 on deck today in the ES. Did we actually? The high of this candle here, this 2 p.m. candle yesterday, guys, the high is exactly 6,600. So you can't tell me the algos don't run the markets when it comes to that. So we'll bounce over to GC, an hourly chart of the GC. So we're basically ready to draw, I think, another trend line on this chart here. Nice ascending trend line. We're going to back this one up just to not confuse the charts too much. So gold really has been, again, you look at yesterday's candles, the same ones that we showed on the NQ with the buying tails, the wicks, very indecisive candles before a strong push up in the overnight session. And this is basically the Asian session. The London hadn't even opened at this point yet. So a nice strong push up to the 36.96 level. So gold continues to make new all-time highs. We're still chasing this high from Tuesday up here at about 37.16. So we'll keep an eye on that as well. Oil, big rally overnight here, guys. I'm assuming this is due to continued let's generously call it unrest in the Middle East and a further expansion of hostilities with Israel and its neighbors. So we've pushed back up here to the 63.50 level. This is going to be an important candle, guys. 20 minutes left in this candle, so that's a third of its time. So we can't sit here and make a determination about this candle, but we can talk about what it may mean. If this candle closes basically below where it is now, I would expect a run back down to 62 if this puts in a selling tail. And of course, then if we breach the low of the prior candle here at about 63, it happens to be right at 63. So I think that's a really good number there. just a second here. Again, oil has moved basically from round number to round number, from whole number to whole number over the course of the last couple of months. If we look here on the chart, we stalled out at 64. 63 has been a real good pinning area on the chart. If we were to put a line in here at 63, which we're going to do, again, guys, we have support, we have resistance, and we have what we call areas of interest on the chart. Whether you want to say it's pinning action, whether you want to say it's there's a lot of terms for it, but it generally means we're finding our way back to that level quite a bit. Doesn't mean we're staying there, but it means we're finding our level, finding. I can talk, I promise. Finding our way back to that level. Basically, since the beginning of September, basically since last Thursday, we've been finding our way back to the 63 level. We really haven't gotten a ton of divergence away from that level. We've gone down here to the 61.80 and even down to 61.50 a couple of times. But we are in the midst of what I think is a very important candle. We've rejected these prior highs up here at 64 so far. Again, this candle could rally. Remember, Steve Neeson, one of the most dangerous things that you can do as a candlestick practitioner is to ignore or not give a lot of weight to candle wicks, candle shadows, whatever you want to call them, right? So this is an important candle as far as oil goes. I think it'll set the tone. If this pushes back up before the candle closes and closes at or above 64, I think 65 in this area up here is going to be on deck. However, if this ends up with a selling wick and there's no other news that comes out, I do expect that we're going to push down a little further. RTY, similarly, strong push up yesterday. The RTY was actually, I would say, one of the stronger of the indexes yesterday, probably on par with the ES, whereas the NQ was lagging a little bit behind. But once it threw up this buying tail here on the 8 a.m. central candle, we were pretty much straight up for a few candles after that. And then in the late afternoon session into the Asian session, we've basically been consolidating. We're in a little bit of a flag pennant pattern going on here. To me, if the markets continue up, I would expect a strong push up here. But the fact that the Russell moves up with the other indexes shows us that there is still an appetite for risk in the markets, and so we'll definitely keep an eye on that. So a couple of programming notes about today's show, guys. So Lumi is going to be joining us on this show about an hour before we're done. So about I believe about 10:30 Central, 11:30 Eastern. The reason being, Lumi's stream is going to be cut a little short today for our big Apex tournament. So I'm sure little DGen will be in here talking some shit about that, and we will look forward to that when he covers the live traders here a little bit later. So again, guys, for those that are just getting in, Miriam's having a few technical difficulties. Nick is too, but he's on vacation this week, so any technical difficulties are just in his head. Just kidding, Nick, we love you. But yeah, so as soon as Miriam's loaded up in the back, we will go, and hopefully the matcha is strong this morning. So I had a really strong cup of coffee this morning, so I'm feeling pretty good. I probably due for a big crash later when I'm mowing my lawn. Yes, I'm going to mow my lawn today. That's it's Friday, so that's what we do. So anyway, guys, in the meantime, we will have some time for questions today, depending on what the markets do, and of course, we will open up everything as things continue to progress. So good morning, everyone. I do want to say a special hello to everyone in the chat, all of our regulars. Let's see who I see. Margaret Maker Mario. I said Leia here this morning. DL, Gabby. Let's see. Oates, Marley. Good morning, everybody. Guys, if it is your first time watching Tradeify TV, I want you to let me know in the chat right now. I want you to say first timer here, or give a wave or something that just lets us know it is your first time. We always like to shout out first timers. Also on this show, guys, if you pass a Tradeify eval, we don't care if it's your first or 10th pass. If you get to a payout, we don't care if it's your first or 10th payout. If it's your 10th payout, you're on live by now. That we want to know about it, and we want to help celebrate you. Again, guys, this is a marathon. It is not a sprint, but there's a lot of little guideposts. We don't first passing the first eval. We don't throw a parade, but we do acknowledge it and we do celebrate it. So I want to make sure that to acknowledge you. Trade with Nick. So you're starting live this week. First of all, congratulations with that. Second of all, you now get to have up to 3 one-on-ones with Tank and participate in his coaching sessions. Any of you that have seen Tank on this show understand how helpful he is to your trading. Who we say, I'm going to try and pronounce it. Gochko. You're new. Welcome. Khalid, you're new. Welcome. Too Smooth. Good morning to you as well, my friend. So yeah. Oh, okay. I see the Matcha Mommy herself is loaded up in the background. So as soon as Drew is able to bring her in, we will bring her in. I have to, then I can stop just inventing things to talk about as we wait for our normal pitter patter here on the show. So we're about 45 minutes here from the New York Open. And it's going to be an interesting one today, guys. I'm not sure we're going to get a whole lot of movement better than what we saw yesterday, but I do think that we're going to see, it's going to be interesting, right? Even if it's a consolidation day, it's going to be interesting. Hello, look who's here this morning.
Hello.
Good morning, Miriam. How you doing?
Man, nothing like some tech issues to get you started on a Friday. I'm
not buying it. Your matcha wasn't ready. Just be
honest.
Come on, man.
Yeah, it took me 20 minutes to make my matcha. Man, I literally good morning, everyone, by the way. I literally walked into my office. I know you're gonna think I'm lying. I'm seriously, I was so proud of myself this morning. I had gotten ready. Everything was like perfectly in line. I have my matcha, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna come in here. I'm gonna like shoot the shit with Matt. We're gonna talk about our Friday, whatever.
Yeah.
Come in super early, by the way. This is like abnormal for a Friday. And yeah, nothing's working. My laptop's just like a black screen. I'm like, okay. Oh, that's awesome. Love that for me.
The brand new one you just bought?
The brand new one. And then one of the monitors started working, and then the other one's now black. And I'm just like, what the heck is happening? I was like, happy Friday to me.
Yeah. Well, you had about 20 minutes, and if we didn't hear from you, we were actually going to send somebody from the Swiss embassy in Greece to go grab Nick and pull him back on stream. So it's thankfully we don't have to do that now, and we can just go ahead and load up for the day. So other than technical issues, how are you?
I'm doing well. It's Friday. We are, we did absolutely nothing in the overnight session, so it's gonna be an interesting day. But I'm excited. I'm excited to trade today. It's been one of those weeks, Matt. It's been one of those weeks, and I think everyone can kind of attest to that. So I'll be looking forward to seeing what we do today in the market. We've just kind of been like sitting around in these highs here on the Nasdaq. So I'm not sure if you went over like what you're seeing today, but
I did a brief breakdown of ESNQ, RTY, CL, and GC, but I'm certainly open to any interpretation you may have, especially in the indexes. And I was also letting everybody know that for the last hour of the show today, we do get a temporary co-host. We get Lumi coming on for the last hour, so really excited to have that and have her insight. I know she's been doing great on her own stream this week. And so we're really excited to continue to build out the Tradeify TV schedule, the Tradeify TV brand, and we're happy to be the tone setters for the New York session. So we're really looking forward to that.
Absolutely, yeah, we're excited, and yeah, I know that there's the game night also as well, starting as right after our stream. So. So yeah, looking forward to that as well. But yeah, we're kind of just sitting here. I don't know, Drew, if you can go to my charts here, if they're even showing up for you. I had to like scramble with my other laptop. Nothing's like set up on these other ones. I was just like pew pew pew, like trying to get it.
Wait. How was that again?
Pew pew pew.
Is it like
See, I did it for you. I did it for you.
I appreciate that. Beep up.
All right, so we got my charts here. All right. Let's take a look at what we're going to be doing today, hopefully. All right, so NASDAQ really hasn't done much since yesterday afternoon. Obviously, this is the 1 hour chart of the NASDAQ here. You guys can see we pretty much just like, did nothing after 11 a.m. Eastern. So, right here, this is the supply zone that we're still sitting in. This 23,969 level was a very key level for me to look at. I did have this charted here right before, and you can see we wicked right down to it. Now that is our current pre-market low. So this is going to be a level for me that I take into consideration. Now, my thesis on this was if we do actually hold this level, which interestingly enough, we held it to the freaking point in the tick. But if we do hold this level, which we are, I would expect a follow through with this, right? right? Again, follow through has been kind of the issue here lately with futures. We haven't gotten a lot of follow through. You guys can see sellers have really fumbled the bag in terms of getting that follow through. You can see all these downside wicks. Buyers just continue to step in. But again, I want to see the follow through here. You know, obviously there's a lot of indecision happening in this supply zone. This is literally sitting in between 24,000 and where we're sitting right now at 24,045. There are not a lot of sellers sitting at this area right now on book maps, but you can see, I mean, you don't have to be a technical analysis to see this. There's a lot of resistance in this area. So I would expect to follow through above this 24,050, and then I would expect to target the high of the all-time highs, essentially the 24,069, 070 area. I know Lil Nikki was kind of hoping for this 24,100, which is very much can be in play today. It just needs that follow through. We need to get that follow through and stop failing to break out of these areas. Now, on the downside, obviously, if we continue to start like banging our heads and not be able to make new all-time highs here, I would expect this 1 hour wick fill to get filled. And again, that starts at 24,000, goes all the way down to this 23,969 level. So that's what I'll be looking for today. Again, I want to see break of all-time highs, maybe come back down to a retest and then continue higher. That's what I'll be looking for on the NASDAQ. ES is just doing its own thing. ES was like on a freaking like rocket ship yesterday. I mean, you guys can see this. I'm sorry, I don't have all my levels like leveled out today, but I mean, we really didn't do much. So I wouldn't expect a lot of new updates on these levels. But in terms of ES, I mean, same sort of thing. We came down to this pre-market low right now, sitting at 65.76. And again, I would just expect follow through above this pre-market high, sitting at 65.96. And then breaking the 6,600. You guys can see we tapped right into it yesterday in the afternoon. And then, obviously weren't able to make all-time high or above the 6,600 level. So that's a psychological level. I'm not surprised or shocked by the fact that we, tapped right into it and found some resistance. So I would be expecting a follow through above that level. Otherwise, to the downside, breaking 65.8275. And then you can fill this wick down about 12 points or so, 11 points or so. So that's what I'll be looking for on futures today. Nothing new, nothing crazy. Again, we didn't really do much in the overnight session, or ever since like we closed yesterday, we really didn't go too far. But ES has just been on a rager lately. We had YM. I don't trade YM, but I was watching YM yesterday. You guys can see this massive move we got to the upside here. Right now on YM, we are holding like this 46.046 area. So that's going to be the level that if anyone does trade YM, I know we don't really go over it too much, but that would be the level I would look for us to hold. Otherwise, breaking this pre-market low at 46,000, I would expect some follow through down to the downside. I think you can hit down to 45,846 on YM. But yeah, it's been an interesting last few days. I mean, this whole week in general, like I said, lack of follow through has been has really made it tricky to trade. And so today I think more than ever I'm going to be looking for at least the opening range to develop, the first 15 minutes. I want to see where, the institutional investors decide to come in and hopefully have some follow through, whether it's the upside or the downside. Right now I'm thinking like these bulls they got to take it. Like, what are they doing here? They feel like they're just, they're kind of, I mean, ES definitely, the bulls are present, but with NASDAQ, like we're sitting at all-time highs here on ES, like pretty significantly above the last all-time highs, and NASDAQ's just kind of like, I'll get there when I get there. So
you know how I know it's been a horrible trading week overall, at least in terms of momentum? Because Miriam, I've learned this about you since we've started doing the show. You're a fairly direct person, which I appreciate, right? Like you say what you mean. It is what it is. You have made more passive aggressive comments about especially the Bears this week. That it's just like, oh, okay, yeah, they should take it down here. Okay, I guess they did. I'm like, oh, like that. Like I'm sure, like somewhere in your house there, like your husband's like, yeah, I know that tone. So that's how you know it's a
Yeah,
frustrating week. And I've
it,
kind of caught myself like in my internal monologue doing it as well. Like, oh, you motherfuckers. That's, so
it's
it's really been,
frustrating. Yeah.
well, in terms of price action to major news, I would say this has been one of the more challenging weeks of the calendar year, just because we came into the week expecting Monday and Tuesday maybe not be the best price action. And there were some opportunities, but it wasn't great. And then the last three, yesterday and today, Wednesday and Thursday, and then it's looking like today so far as well, although we'll see what consumer sentiment at 10 o'clock brings. But yeah, it's been like, you would not know this has been a major news week. And I understand we're leading into FOMC, but yeah, the markets are very, very strange right now. I feel like we've used weird, strange, unusual a lot this week. Do you agree?
Oh yeah, it's been the buzzword. If you had a bingo card for this week, that would have been right in the middle there. But yeah, it's been tough. Yeah, and I agree with you. If you didn't tell me this was a news week, I would have been like, oh, what? I mean, this is weird. Yeah, this is just, again, like you look at this chart. I mean, look at these wicks on the Nasdaq. Like this is just absolutely terrible. I mean, obviously if you were a bull and you caught some of these runs, then you're sitting pretty. But in terms of like any sort of follow through, it's been rough. ES obviously had a nice move yesterday, and actually had that follow through. Now I would be expecting more of that today, but yeah, it's been a tough week. I think in terms of just even like getting the entries, a lot of fake outs, a lot of, just you would think there would be follow through, and then, it's just like psych, we're gonna completely reverse here. So yeah, again, this is one of those reasons why it's even more important to stay patient and really like analyze, like, all right, is this something that, I mean, for the last week, how was your performance, right? Like analyze your performance. Was it simply that you followed your plan, but you just didn't get the follow through? Okay, that's different. We'll have weeks like that, of course, unfortunately. But is it more so that you revenge traded? Did you like really like think something was going to happen and it didn't? I mean, that's something where I feel like these next, not just this week, but like next week going into the FOMC statement is going to be more important than ever to really get real with yourself and understand, like, all right, this is where I messed up, right? This is where I, didn't stick to my plan, and it shows, right? Like when you don't stick to your plan, it'll really show in times like this, and it'll really start to test you, because that's when you start realizing, like, all right, I got to be honest, right? Did I really stick to something that I have been following for several months, several years, whatever the case may be? Or is it just something that I saw what I wanted to see? And that's where it's just going to test you moving forward. And, like I said, a lot of people in these next few weeks are going to have either a really hard time, either you're having a hard time because you're not getting the trades, and, that's okay. And you're okay with that. Or you're having a hard time because you're not sticking to your plan and you're just getting whiplashed back and forth in this market. And so it's going to be, again, like deciding and figuring out how you want to trade moving forward. Some people didn't even trade this week because they're just like, you know what, I didn't see anything. And I know, Matt, you were very selective with your trades, as you always are. But specifically this week, it was just like, you're like, even yesterday, I think you were like, I had my finger on the trigger.
Yeah, I did a couple times. Yeah.
And you were just like, no, I don't like it. And that to me is amazing discipline, because, it can be very tempting to trade when you see a market that's, for example, ES moving like 30, 40 points to the upside. And you're just like, oh my God, how did I miss that? But in reality, it's like, well, was there even an entry? So
yeah, it's interesting, because I think this is one of the type of week that's going to challenge your trading mindset, right? Because, a lot of traders that I know that are long-term, I mean, decade-long traders, successful day traders, etc., are just, they're either struggling a little bit this week to find opportunities, or what we've seen pretty consistently is, like, whether we're in a trade or not, you and I many times have said, oh, okay, we're at this level, we're definitely gonna, we got a really good chance to go to this level, and we don't, right? Like we just completely reverse, or even worst case scenario, you stall out for 10, 15, 20 minutes before it decides it wants to stop you out of a trade. Is one of the most frustrating feelings in the world, of course. But this is one of the weeks that I think the people that have that I'm trying to think of the right way to phrase this, the the best weeks, and I don't care about P&L. I'm not speaking, when I say best, are those that can truly evaluate their own trading, right? Because if at the end of the day, I don't care if you're, 0 for 1 on your trades, 1 for 4, 2 for 5, 0 for 6, whatever the case may be. If you're taking trades according to your setups, it's still, again, that's still a positive thing, even if they're losers. So
Yeah.
this is where you have to be honest with yourself. And if, and again, I've caught myself not just about to take trades according to my plan. I've caught myself getting frustrated and wanting to just get into a trade. And so that's that, of course, that can be a very, very dangerous mentality to have, because now you're just, well, I'm getting in because I vaguely think this thing is going to happen, but I don't really have a set entry point. And if it takes you longer than about 30 seconds to figure out exactly where your stop loss is going to be after you enter a trade. I mean, going into a trade, of course, we always have a general idea. Sometimes we have an exact idea. But if you're sitting there a minute or 2 minutes into your trade, which is not going anywhere, and you're like, well, do I set my stop here? You didn't plan that trade out properly. So as long as you're going through your steps of what has made you successful, or if you're somebody who's not yet finding success, but you're still following the steps that are getting, got you to at least a point where you're a break-even trader, you're doing right by yourself. It's the individual, the worst offenders this week are those who are consistently profitable traders, but are still just chasing crap in a crap market. Right now, there's nothing wrong with taking a shot or two. You and I have both done that this week, right? We do, we take a shot here or there, and it doesn't work out. But this is not the week, guys. You can't, if you're trading a personal account, you can't end down 5, 6, 7 grand. If you blew an eval or a funded account early in the week, please don't blow 2 or 3 more as we head into yesterday and today, right? So this is again, I think those that are going to be the most benefited from a week like this are the ones who can be honest with themselves, right? And that includes if like if you made a trade, and actually I made a trade in an afternoon session earlier that was not a great trade, and ended up being just a couple $100 loser in a personal account. But I went back, I said, bro, what are you doing there? Right? Like that's not your thing. Right. And so I'm going to make it through this week with hopefully just one trade that it wasn't according to a setup, which one trade not according to your setup for me is too many. But at least in this market, I'm going to say, you know what? A lack of discipline only cost you a couple $100, and you recognized pretty quickly that was not a trade you should have taken. And the trades that I've taken, I would take again, even we've had a couple break even, a small loser, and that's about it. So at the end of the week, if you did right by you took setups according to your plans, whether they're winners or losers. And this market's, other than like your extreme scalpers, is not going to be giving out a whole lot of winners, especially in the first couple hours of the New York session. Then I think you did right by yourself. And I think at the end of the week, you just say, all right, on to the next one,
Yeah. And I think you kind of said something too that, there was like a little hidden message there, but like show yourself grace too, right? Like, you could be a trader for many years. I mean, Rip's kind of talked about this too, but we all still make mistakes, guys. It's, it's still going to happen, but to a certain point, you start to realize, all right, I'm not making the same mistake over and over and over again, like in a small period of time. Like, yeah, you might make a dumb mistake here. You might, ask yourself like, why did I take that trade, or why did I do that? But it's going to happen regardless, guys. There's still the best of us have our moments where, we break our own rules often. Like I do this way more than I want to admit, but at the end of the day, it's like, all right, well, the consequences of this, right? But at the same time, you're getting better and better. It's 1% better every single time, right? 1% better. You're not making like the bigger rookie mistakes that you did when you first started out. And that's the biggest thing here. So yeah, it's showing yourself grace and understanding like things are going to happen. You're going to make mistakes, but being honest with yourself is the biggest key here. So hopefully today we get some sort of action. I've been saying this all week, Matt. I feel like a broken record, but yeah, I mean, again, if you caught any good trades this week, like, great, that's awesome, good for you. Go back and definitely journal. It's one of those where you don't want to just on a hard week that everyone's even preaching like has been a tough week or a tough month or whatever the case, like it's a good time to even journal your good trades, right? We don't just write down or journal or back test like our bad trades, right? We want to keep in mind what actually worked too. So if there was something that worked for you really well, a trade that was just like a sniper trade, everything was like great, whatever the case may be, you want to make note of that as well, because you also want to know what A+ setups look like for you. So Yeah, that's all I gotta say. So hopefully we get a movement here. But yeah, it's Friday, guys. So I don't know what to say. Fridays typically come with some craziness with them as well.
You forgot the key to a Friday on a week like today, or a week like this week. It feels like a week, but anyway, is at the end of the Friday night is to make sure you overindulge in whatever your substance of choice is.
Yes.
Whether you're whether you appreciate a beer or a mixed drink, or there's other substances that are legal in your particular jurisdiction that you would like to partake in. I would consider at the end of this week overindulging just a little bit, not to the point where you're comatose, but maybe just a little bit, because the sooner I think we can learn the lessons from this week and then erase the week itself from your memory. I'm quite frankly looking forward to doing that. But guys, a couple of programming notes. I'm assuming we'll be joined by Little DGen and Live Traders at some point today, but we are going to be joined in the last hour of this show with Lumi, who is we're just basically kind of shifting her stream down a little bit, and hers are overlap with us, and we're happy to have her for an hour. I'm curious to hear how things are going for her and how she's enjoying her time slot so far. I've caught a little bit of it, Miriam. She's doing a great job.
Yeah,
so I'm looking forward to being able to connect with her today. And then obviously we will at 1 o'clock Eastern time, we will launch into our next big gaming stream. So Little DGen, I'm assuming he's got all the chocolate milk loaded up in the background, and probably some cheese and crackers down from Whole Foods. He's probably, we haven't heard from him this morning, so he's probably we haven't heard from him this morning other than the chat. So he's probably actually doing that on his phone while he waits for Whole Foods to open here.
For real.
He'll run in there. He needs his chocolate milk.
I'm curious if you did any sort of indulging yesterday, given that your Packers won the game.
You know, I had a couple of old fashions at the end of the game, which is a very Wisconsin drink. And so yeah, there has never been a start to the season that has made me more nervous, because both games, like the Packers pretty much, like, I won't say dominated, but they pretty much controlled the game start to finish. Yeah. And like, don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining, because the Packers have had a ton of success in my lifetime, but it's always like success where you're like chewing, like at the end of the game, you're like this, like, are we going to actually pull this shit off? And these have been like fairly drama free, other than a couple of, it's got me nervous. So I'm wondering when the other shoe drops. But yes, the Packers are 2-0 on top of the division, and definitely looking forward to the season. It's going to be. You're
giving yourself like TMJ just from biting down so hard.
That's it. That's exactly it. But
well, no, I want to know though, because this is coming from my husband. This is not my words, but and I'll admit to it. I'm not going to try to put up a front here, but this is how I know if you're, I guess, a real Packers fan. Do you know the deal with their jerseys?
Which part of it with the jerseys?
Like the uniqueness of their jerseys.
There's a lot unique about their jerseys, so I'm gonna need a little.
Okay, well, maybe I'm not describing this well, but apparently, like, they're the only ones, like the only team in the NFL that sources their jersey other than everyone else.
Oh yes, I did see that. Yeah, I've seen that they get theirs printed up by a company up there, if I recall, up near
Okay.
Green Bay. Whereas everything else, comes from kind of the main Nike Fanatics place, whatever. Which is why you can get a little higher quality if you of their stuff if you get it from the team store and not from Fanatics and any of that. But yeah, no, their jerseys, actually, I love that. I when they first announced the white helmets to go in the whiteouts, I was like, I don't know about that. I thought they looked great last night. So, of course, when you're beating down another team, any uniform looks great. So that was, it was good. But yes, that's
apparently that's like specific to the Packers too.
It is. Well, there's a lot specific to the Packers. They're the only publicly owned professional sports team, and billionaires were so threatened by that every other league outlawed that. So that can never happen again. But yeah, they actually, the last stock share sale, I got a share. So
okay.
Yes, yeah. So
All
it's
so
fun.
you own part of the Packers then.
I do. Yeah, you're talking to an NFL owner, so I expect the proper respect. No, but I've gone up to a couple shareholders meetings. I actually, a few months after my wife and I started dating, I took her up to a game. And so yeah, if you ever get a chance, if you're a football fan, I don't care if you love the Packers, hate the Packers, and have no opinion whatsoever, Lambeau Field's a bucket list. I mean, it literally is in the middle of like a neighborhood. It's kind of, as much as I'm a Cardinals fan, so I don't like the Cubs, but I love Wrigley Field. Wrigley's an amazing place to watch a baseball game. And so, you know, just in the middle of the Lambeau is it's a very college environment feel, and you're just the way, you know, the way the stands are designed, it's all bench seating, no seat backs, and you're like on top of the field. So it's like, you know, opposing players have said we come in and we feel like 80,000 fans are like on our back as we're playing. So it's a great home field advantage. Of course, when the weather turns, they do very well. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. So I see. Yeah, we get people shouting out old fashions in the chat. Yeah, that's. I can make a really mean old fashioned, although for this type of thing, I just go with the Costco pre-mixed one, which is actually
they have some good stuff at Costco,
which is really good. I was surprised. It was actually my wife and I saw this was like a couple of years ago. It was one of my first Costco trips when she first introduced me to Costco.
Oh yeah, you didn't get lost, so I'm glad.
And they had this pre-made old fashioned for like it's a full bottle for $17. I'm like, there's no way this is good, but it's $17. I'm gonna try it. It's fantastic. So really? I don't know. You know, it's their Kirkland brand, which means it's sourced from another major brand. But yeah, really, really good. So. It's just it's Kirkland's old fashioned mix, Oki. If you're by a Costco, you can go get it. So yeah, but.
They're setting an alarm for when Costco opens right now.
Yeah, it opens later. It's usually not till like 10 or 11 o'clock.
I know they do open late. I know.
Yeah, well, if you're one of like their premium members, I think you can get in a little early. But I don't know about that. I don't know if that's pretty expensive. So I'll take the $60 a year or something like that to go in. But yeah, very, very, very interesting. All right, guys, we're 20 minutes from the New York Open, pushing up just a little bit here. I'm going to say this just so the markets can make me look stupid today, Miriam. I think it's highly likely we do finally get to those new all-time highs. But yes, we did not get to 24,100 yesterday, so Nick didn't get his cookie. I checked a couple of times. I was waiting to get a text from him and be like, "Give me my cookie, motherfucker!" And I was going to do it. I said I was going to do it. I was going to order from his thing. I was also going to order him some chocolate milk too, but no, sadly we didn't get to 24,100. So
man, yeah, we didn't. I was ready. I was ready to Venmo him $20 for one Starbucks drink. So.
Well, that would be about what one Starbucks drink in downtown Chicago, especially at that main roastery that they have, which I think he's pretty close to. So
I went to that when I was in. Well, I passed by it. There was a line around the freaking corner. I'm like, for what? I mean, I don't know. I've been to that Starbucks before, but I thought it was cool. I didn't think it was worth waiting in line for.
It's probably one of those things that, like, once you've been a couple of times, it's like, all right, like, and it's probably pretty annoying if you live by it, because if you just want a quick coffee, like, you can't do that there, right? Like, you just, like what was the old joke? There's some old comedian says, you really want to fuck with somebody at Starbucks, just go in and say, "I'll take a small coffee, please," and then just see what they do. But yeah, it's worth it. Actually, I went to the one in New York too, which was actually even more impressive. I want to say it's in, I don't remember. I think it's in Tribeca or Soho, that area there. But it's it's even bigger, and it's like kind of in an old like warehouse, and it's like multiple stories that overlook each other. It's really well done.
I didn't know they had a reserve over there.
Yeah, well, it had just opened before COVID, and I actually went like kind of late, late fall of 2020, so they were very much still following COVID procedures. So they didn't, like, the bar and all of that wasn't open. It was just you literally step in, order your coffee, grab it, and you're out. But it was cool to see. It was just again, probably one of those things worth doing once or twice, and then you never think about it again. So
right, yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know, Matt. This market here, I'm looking at book maps, and these, I don't know, I feel like these orders today are going to be kind of played around with. Right now, I see those sellers sitting at 24,060 on the NASDAQ, pretty much like this whole zone we've just been chopping around in. So I want to see if they can clear that. I mean, right now, I agree with you. I agree. I think we look bullish. And I said this yesterday, the levels that I was kind of looking down yesterday for were, basically this wick that we had here on the pre-market. I had this 15-minute demand zone kind of like put out here, but we were talking about like the 800s possibly holding, and then getting down below that. I would think that we'd start to turn around a little bit, but every single time we start making these moves to the downside, we hold these levels. So I would expect, again, follow through from that. We've just been in a crazy grind up ever since we got the move on that Friday. Last Friday, you guys can see this nice down candle here, and we've basically completely taken that out. I mean, we took that out on the following Tuesday, and never really came back to those areas again. It's just kind of been up from here. So again, I would expect follow through. Any sort of levels to the upside on the NASDAQ when we're sitting at all-time highs. If you don't have a tool like book maps, a lot of times when you look at, for example, the NASDAQ, you're looking at typically every 50-point target, right? So 24,050, 24,100, 150 to those are typically tend to be some resistance levels to the upside, and then you can go from there. On the ES, it's usually like every 5 to 10 points you'll get like some sort of resistance. Obviously right now the 6600 is an area of resistance right now. Shocker, it's also a psychological level as well. So we're gonna be monitoring that. I would expect on SPX here we do get somewhat of a gap. I wouldn't expect a massive gap here because we already made a decent gap here to the downside, which we basically gapped and goed on that. So VWAP right now, I watch ES and SPX together. Obviously, when I used to be an options trader, so I would trade SPX and watch ES in conjunction with it. But we're going to be watching this pre-market low here at 65.76. I think that'll be an interesting point. I think if we do get down there, I wouldn't expect a flush, honestly, given this market, but anything can happen. I don't see, I'm just looking at book maps here on ES.
I do have to ask, is gapped and goed a technical term? Or
gapped and goed?
Gapped and goed? Can we just say gapped and went?
Gapped and mooned. I think I like that one better. Yeah. Gapped and see you later, motherfuckers. That's how I
there you go. That'll work.
Yeah.
So I do want to say, Miriam, I do have to I have to issue a compliment and a challenge to our viewers today. Because obviously we came into this week, we're down a host as Nick is on vacation. Very excited to have him back on Monday. Looking forward to the team being reunited. But we do this 20 hours a week and 2 people. Now we've had great guests. Rips was just fucking fantastic. Amos is amazing. Joey Morgan and Little Degen. But I want to say the highlight for me this week has been the chat has stepped up with good comments, good questions, and really participating. Seen a lot of new names, and not only a lot of new names in the chat, but a lot of new names again contributing and asking questions. So guys, this is the last time you're going to get just the 2 of us for probably some time. I hope I don't know if Nick has any more PTO to use coming up, but we so today is a day, guys, especially if the market does not do great in the first hour, doesn't give us a ton of movement. Want to make sure that you guys are asking some good questions, having some comments, and yes, smart ass comments directed at us too. We love that as well. So come at it. We'll fire back at you. We don't take anything personally unless you're being a real dick. But then we could just mute you, so it's fine. But other than that, guys, so this is the end of the week. I despite the fact it has not been the best trading week for us and it's not been the best movement week, I think it's been a fantastic week of the show because of the guests I mentioned and the chat. So we gotta close strong today, guys. You got to power through with us for the next about a little over 3 hours. Now, again, we are going to have Lumi on for the last hour. I'm excited for that. It's one of those things, Miriam, when she, she got moved to her own slot. It's like, I'm really happy for our viewers because they're going to get, 90 minutes of just her and her analysis. And she does, she trades a lot differently than the 3 of us, which is a huge benefit to our viewers. But I was sad. I was like, okay, we don't get her. That means we're not going to have her on very often anymore, but we get her today. And so I'm excited for that.
Oh yeah, I know. And you guys know, if you don't know already, Lumi trades primarily gold futures. So she's been killing it. Yeah. I kind of heard a little bit yesterday. She was analyzing ES and looking to trade ES on the move upside. I'm not quite sure if she got that, but we'll talk to her about her trades that she took not just yesterday, but this week, and how she was able to, kind of go into this week from a psychological standpoint. Lumi, obviously has her system and she trades that system very well and sticks to that. And that's, a huge key in obviously her success as well. So make sure if you guys are, still tuned in for that, I have some questions ready. So yeah, it's we're sitting here about less than, like Matt said, 10 minutes. Did we have some data Till
10
4.
o'clock. 10 o'clock Eastern, we have Michigan Consumer Sentiment.
That's
And I
right.
see M Trader in the chat. Are you guys leaving Tradeify? No, we're not going anywhere. So, but we just want to close out. Again, it's been, my point is, as shitty a week as it has been in terms of like finding trades, executing trades, and all of that, it's been a fantastic week as far as the show goes. So I just wanted to, no, we're not going anywhere.
Y'all are stuck with us, so.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry. Oh, man. So what do you have planned this weekend, Matt?
Well, actually, tonight we're going to a soccer match in the city.
Oh.
So it's the minor league team of the MLS team. So like St. Louis City is the MLS team. This is City 2. My wife won tickets, and we get in the little dog suite. So we're bringing Max, and we get to go to the match. And so we're heading over there. The cool thing is like I said, it's their like developmental team. So it means there'll only be a few hundred people in the stands, which means parking will be very easy to find. Because parking in downtown St. Louis is as much as I love the city, it's a bit of a trip. But yeah, not trip in terms of distance, but the downtown parking is just not as good as it needs to be. So it'll be easy to find parking, and Max won't freak out when there's 30,000 people around him. So, but yeah, so it'll be fun, and we're really looking forward to it. I think a couple of her coworkers are bringing their dogs as well. So doing that, and then honestly, it's just this weekend's just catching up on a lot of stuff since I was away from home for the last few days. But I'm mowing the lawn today, so I was so excited for that. We actually just started we have not had a ton of rain this summer. We had a just a huge storm after storm in the spring. In fact, a tornado which tore through part of downtown St. Louis, which did a lot of damage to a lot of old homes. They're still cleaning up from that. But since then, we haven't really had much. And so all the lawns, and this is an unusual thing I've noticed down here, nobody waters. And I get it, you don't waste a ton of money. But just 2-3 weeks ago, I started watering our yard. And now whereas I was cutting it about every 2 to 2.5 weeks. Now it needs it about every 5 days, but we have the greenest lawn on the entire fucking block in the entire area. So I'm feeling the Midwestern homeowner in me is like,
man, I can imagine you just kicking back in your lawn chair there with a cup of Joe, and you're just grinning at your
Joe. No. In fact, I will post a picture on Twitter this weekend of me putting my feet up, looking at my lawn with a beer in my hand. I'm making that guarantee right now. So
I messed up on the beverage of choice there.
yeah. I mean, if it's in the morning, sure, but it's it's not like I have a ton of time before the show. If it's a weekday, but
you mean you're not getting up at 5 a.m. and mowing your lawn?
No, I am getting up at 5 a.m., but I'm not mowing my lawn in the dark. No, and actually, so, listen, we live in a nice town and a nice neighborhood, but this is 2025. I have security cameras up everywhere just to, and also actually mainly the cameras are up to catch all the little critters that come around. And we have had this, in fact, I maybe I'll put up a couple of the videos on Twitter as well. We've had this family of raccoons that has just decided they were climbing up the bird stuff. So my wife put one of those cones on it so they can't climb up. Yeah, that didn't deter them. They got around that. And so you literally see them hanging from the feeders, all 4 paws on the feeder, trying to get stuff out of there. And then inevitably they end up falling 4 or 5 feet. But raccoons can fall from 20 feet and it doesn't even hurt them. So
those things are wild.
Yeah. And we're also, we think they're battling with a skunk, because every morning we wake up now, there's been some sort of skunk spray. As soon as we open the windows, it's Jesus. It's
freaking Snow White's backyard in your
it really is. It really is. We got a lot of critters around here, and we kind of live in a little bit of an open area without a ton of trees, but there's a big forested area just across the street and down the way. So the good thing is we don't have a lot of mice and little critters, because we have a lot of hawks and bigger critters. So there's not a lot of those around.
You went to the other side of the spectrum there.
Yeah, there's a few. We've caught a few coyotes on the camera from time to time. So yeah, I was wondering, that's a more temperate climate we're moving to. I guess we're gonna have there's a lot of, I'm sure there's gonna be a mice problem. We're gonna make it. Nope, they get taken out pretty quickly from what I understand. So they're skittering across the backyard, and here comes a hawk. So
well, you can always give them to TJ Simple Trading. They'll take your raccoon.
Yeah, you can have them, dude. You can have them. I mean, yes, they're adorable, they're cute, but they're also carry how many diseases and ticks and all that shit. So no, you can keep them. Asking gas or electric mower. People asking good questions today. That's these are the real. So I have all Ego equipment, so it's all electric and it all uses the same batteries, which is really nice. So
Well, now we know who needs to sponsor you, Matt.
Yes, exactly. So if some Ego representative is listening, you can. Yeah, I have a mower, a trimmer, and a blower from those. And
Wow.
Green Truck favorite beer. Man, the questions are good this morning. So I can't necessarily have one, but I am a St. Louis guy, so I'm going to say one of them is Bud Select, which is only like made and distributed in the St. Louis area. But also I really like bourbon barrel ale. And the Wells Banana Bread beer. Those are probably my three favorites. So.
Banana bread
Beer. Try it. I don't know if you can get it out there, but try it. It is outstanding. It tastes like banana bread, but it smells just like it. It is amazing.
Was it like a stout?
Probably. Yeah, I think so. It's a little lighter, but it's pretty good. Yeah, Ego is I was shocked. Extra because I tried it because I got great reviews, but I was ready to send that shit back. I was like, it's powerful as a gas. I'm like, yeah, right. No, it really is. It's and I don't have to worry about keeping cans of gas in the garage, which I always hated because I always knock them over.
If we wouldn't get completely like slapped on the hand for playing music, I would have been playing the Home Depot intro song on this whole segment right now. Down. Is that what you hear every time you start mowing?
Yeah,
Okay.
basically that's it. No, I have my AirPods in. I'm listening to, the lawn is where I put on like the master shuffle. Like I don't even pick a playlist. I just go shuffle all. And
It's all classical music.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. I listen to I listen to Bach while I'm mowing the lawn. That's exactly it. Thank you. That's I'm conducting this. It
would be great. I mean, that would be hilarious. Like I said, get a whole like day in the life of a trader, but it's just, you're putting on one trade and then the rest of the day is just you're mowing. Mowing
I feel like dancing while I'm mowing would be a big TikTok thing. So
yeah. Do the whole like
yeah, that's
renegade.
The reason I've never downloaded TikTok is like, oh, it's social media. It's probably good for my business. Then I see what it's on there. Nope. No, don't care. But
oh, God,
I'll get on there at some point, maybe. But it seems like a gigantic waste. All social media is a gigantic waste of time. Back in my day, we had to talk shit about people to their faces. That's...
Oh man, do the Dave Chappelle skit while mowing.
Yeah. All right, guys, we are 5 minutes from the New York Open. Wish I could tell you I'm excited about the price action. I'm not.
Yeah.
Boy, this I'm going to be so glad when this Fed meeting is done. I don't even care what the result is. I mean, as traders, obviously, we don't care. We just want a good reaction out of it and follow through in one direction or another. But
I feel like we've been like this news has been looming on us like all year.
No, Lumi doesn't come on for a couple hours yet.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, no. It's Friday. You got to give me a couple of these.
No, I just feel like we've been waiting for this for so long, and it's been looming.
Mm-hmm.
So
Drew's asking tractor or zero turn. No, I don't have it's just a push mower. Lawn. We got a good sized lawn, but it's not big enough for a riding mower. That'd be a huge waste of money. Plus, I don't really have anywhere to put it.
Those things are like what, $3,000, $4,000?
They can be, yeah. Actually, Ego makes one of those too. But no, it's like seriously, even with the hand mower, it only takes me 35-40 minutes to cut the lawn, so that's not bad at all. It's good exercise. I mean, I do use the self-propelling, so I guess it's not that good of exercise, but it's fine.
They're gonna just make the AI ones eventually. I think they already have.
Well, they have like the like basically like lawn Roombas now, but I don't think they incorporate a lot of AI. I think you have to like put out stakes where like you want it to go, like stake in the ground here, so they'll go around. And I just have this nightmare it's gonna like run over the neighbor kid or something, and then I'm gonna get sued. So no, I would never do that. That's Now don't get me wrong, like 10, 15, 20 years from now when the knees and the back are not working as good as they are now, which is day to day right now, but those will probably be good and smart enough to do that. But like, let's let the first lawsuits work their way through the courts first, so we know who's liable.
Right. Well, that would be quite the battle, don't you say?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it would be 3 hours on a. Oh yeah. Hey, you know what? That would be a battle.
Matt.
That would be a battle. And guys, speaking of battles, it's time for the market or the opening bell battle. Sorry. I see Fred say they have remote control ones now, and that's true. But I'd be tempted to drink while I'm doing it because and so then I'd be using it to intentionally chase the neighbor's kid around. So instead of just moving it. Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. But yes, guys, it is just about time for the market open and the battle and all that good stuff. And I honestly, it's been a week and I am ready for it to be done.
Okay.
I'll be 100% honest with you. Not just for the trading, but just it's been a lot this week.
We need a little grace. We need a little grace, but
We
to your
do.
point, we will be overindulging later. So
Oh,
in our
yes.
own ways.
Yes. Yes, it'll be fun. We should create a thread in Slack, just the like drunk musings, drunker and or high musings later on tonight. I think that'd be pretty funny.
The overindulging channel.
Yeah, well, I probably shouldn't do that on company communication, but whatever.
We're all fired by Monday.
We are. Well, if they haven't fired us by now, I don't know what we can do to get fired. Like, I feel like that would be one of those challenges, but all right, guys. So we are 15 seconds from the New York opening bell. Guys, the good news is the week is almost done. It is Friday. We're still going to stick to our setups. We're not going to compromise, and it's got to be A and A plus setups today, guys. So regardless of what kind of week it's been for you, good week, bad week, whatever, we're going to finish it strong. So guys, it is Friday. Ding, ding, motherfuckers. Here we go.
Let's go. Guys, and remember, we have that news coming out at 10 a.m. as well.
Yeah.
All right, Bookmap's having a little battle here. Oh, shit.
Yeah, so what is it? It's 068, I think is the... Here, let me pull this up right here. See where the actual high is. 68.50. So let's get a line in right there.
68.50 on
NQ is the all-time high on this particular contract.
Oh, got it.
On the front month. All right, there we go. Boy, if this orb throws up wicks in both directions, I'm just gonna throw something and quit. That's it.
Yeah, it might be one of those. Oh, this is lovely. I can't use my left.
We'll give Miriam the temporary panic that I had this morning when I thought I was doing a 4-hour show by myself. So.
Oh gosh. I was like, oh man, this is exactly what I need right now.
If you had said like something's like internet's out, I would be like, you get 2 hours of me and that's it. It's 2 hours, I'm done. That's it.
That's all. That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man. Well, as I'm trying to figure out why my mouse won't right click either, so or left click, not right click. That's gonna be fun. Like right click, yeah, that's where, yeah, whatever. Anyways, my mouse isn't working, so that's fun. Love me tech issues on a Friday.
Yeah, isn't it though?
It's always the best. All right.
Well, this week, I think one of the reasons this week has been so frustrating is it feels like, we have times where we know the market is waiting on news or something, right? We saw that a lot with some of the tariff deadlines that were put into place and moved and all that. We saw that with the last FOMC meeting and the press, but it just feels like the markets have just been waiting for something all week and haven't gotten it, right? Like, and to be fair, like the big news that we've seen this week from inflation, like it's all kind of come in line. So it's not necessarily like there haven't been many surprises. So on the one hand, it's frustrating the markets haven't made one of those big moves. On the other hand, it is like, well, okay, we're waiting for what is going to be one of the more consequential FOMC meetings and press conferences in quite some time coming up next Wednesday. I guess it makes sense a little bit. That doesn't make it any less frustrating though.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Yeah, it's like I said, this whole data, this whole news has just been, I'm so excited for it to be done and over with. I said this about September, like August was definitely a month. So, I'm hoping September is a month that gives us better movement. And so far it's been not living up to that, but it's still early. It's still September. It's still early. So historically we always see like you know, a down September, but still making all-time highs here.
Mhm.
So, all right.
And I was thinking about this on the drive yesterday. I think this is one of those things where, um, another reason why it's important to have as much as you can, guys. And I realize so much of this is out of our controls, but having as much of your outside trading life, having your shit together to relate directly to the trading life, right? Because let's say you're in your trading life, you have a bad day or a bad week. Like, okay, that's that's a hose outside. I was hearing some squeaking. I was like, what the hell is that? I was waiting for a waterfall or something, and I'm in the basement. I was waiting for another flood. But no, when you leave a stressful job, which trading itself is stressful, right? And don't get me wrong, I love trading. I love just trading even before I was on the show. Love doing the show, trading with everybody. That's great. But it is stressful, right? And so when you leave that and you enter another stressful environment, which, whatever your situation is at home or not, mentally, physically, whatever, you're going from one stressful environment to another and you just don't get that break, right?
Mhm.
So, and I'm incredibly blessed, incredibly grateful. Like I don't have that outside of trading, like the work weekends, and it's, things are good. So that helps me. Every Monday I am refreshed and ready to go. And I'm, every day that we show up here, it's like, okay, this is let's go, right? And again, I can't help but draw some parallels between the three of us, Nick included. Our lives are far from perfect, but for the most part, things are good. And so
Yeah.
it allows us to then not carry the stress of trading outside of trading. And that's so important because you can literally, I saw somebody describe it once, like if stress is just this ball and it just keeps getting bigger the more you add. And then you leave trading and outside trading, it gets bigger. Then you bring it back into trading, it gets even bigger. And next thing you know, guys, you burn out and you break down, which happens very often in this business. So make sure, guys, you're monitoring your stress levels, your mental health, all of that.
Yeah, definitely. It's very important.
Mhm.
Levels I'm looking at right now on the NASDAQ, just want to go to this, are going to be, hopefully we don't get this now, but I want to see a break below this 24,000. I would consider a scalp. If we do break this 24,000, I would specifically look for this 997 zone. Like you can see right here, I'm getting it from, this is a 5-minute, this level right here, call it like 996, 997. I want to see the reaction at this level. If we do get a move to the downside, I think we can get this wick fill, this 1 hour wick fill down to the 69. Now, if we do break 69, I like that even more, right? I like that even more because not only is that a key level, it's pre-market low, it's also where this trend line is sitting. So I would be expecting, oh, okay, just got a nice little tape bomb there. But I would be expecting a hold of this level, if not a pretty strong reaction if we don't get the traction through it. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. Hopefully we don't get it right before the data here, which it's looking like bulls and bears are kind of fighting here. Bears are really trying to take it down. So that's going to be the level I'm looking for. Again, I would rather not get into a trade right before data unless it happens pretty quickly here, but that's what I'm going to be monitoring for today. So otherwise we hold VWAP and, we just continue further to the upside. This 24,000 though is going to be that first key level. They are trying to hold it right now. So let's see what our first 15-minute looks like here. ES finding some resistance at this 93 level right now, but it's still holding VWAP. It's still trying to hold VWAP at 88. Any upside levels on ES are still maybe that 65.95 level. 65.91 also has some sellers, and then 65.85 I can see trying to hold on ES here.
A couple of questions I see in the chat. How do you two trade when the contract rollovers happen next week? Well, like in TradingView, if you're in the front month, you don't need to do anything. It'll switch over. Probably, is it switching over today?
Is it?
No, it'll switch over, I think, Monday or Tuesday. Things like Bookmap, you have to manually switch. So just know what's going on with your platform. I will tell you this, in areas where I have to manually switch, I will usually do it on Tuesday. Because Tuesday of contract rollover is usually, not always, usually the day that there is more. So in this case, there'd be more volume in the December contract than in the September contract. So yeah, nice little push down here.
Mm-hmm.
What is Nick doing? Where's Nick? Actually, true story. Nick, I don't know if you guys know this. Like we had a meeting on Monday before the show, and Nick smarted off to marry him. She actually flew to Switzerland, and beat his ass.
Yeah.
So he's in the hospital right now. We expect him back next week, and hopefully he gets his mouth under control. No, I'm kidding. Of course, Nick's on vacation. He's been on vacation all week. I like my story better, but
yeah, actually I do too. Oh man. Yeah, we are getting this pushed down in this 24,000 area. We held 24,000 pretty much right now. It's not really looking that bulls want to really try to hold this, but I'm going to be watching. There's some buyers sitting at the 23,995. So I want to see how they're going to react there. I would rather it break, get the retest, and then get the follow through, but right now they are holding. So not interested in this just yet. But I'm gonna be watching this.
Yeah, a little bit of a bounce here off the -1 standard dev. Yeah, our I mean, again, guys, it's only our second 5-minute candle, so not. But a 5-minute ATR is 12.4. I need to see that usually over 20. Definitely over 18, but preferably over 20. Actually, ideally closer to 30, because that's again, 5-minute ATR. If I'm playing for 30 handles and the ATR is 30, I don't need to wait. In theory, I don't need to wait 20 minutes for the trade to play out. So that's as one of the frustrating things, obviously, it's happened to both of us this week, Miriam, is that you get in a trade. Again, losing in trades and being wrong is part of the game, right? But like, if I'm wrong, I want to be wrong pretty quickly. I don't want you to string me along for an hour and then tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. I'm like, just tell me I'm wrong so I can just move on. But yeah, they've been stringing us along a little bit more.
Is that your same? Is that the same with your husband? You just tell me when I'm wrong, baby.
Well, he knows not to tell me when I'm wrong. So
I was waiting for that. Terrence in the back. No.
He's like, don't
go there, bro.
It's like I've already been traumatized by this many times. Oh man, I'm watching this, guys. I'm watching this to see if we get a reaction here. 24,020. We need to reclaim. Otherwise, we could find some resistance here. If they start pushing it down below 24,020, I'm going to start eyeing this a little bit more.
Yeah. Coupon code SCP not working. Okay, we'll let the background know about that. Little DGen, if he's listening, can get you if you're interested in a code that's working right now, we can get you one.
Yes, trying to fight with VWAP right now as well. Let's see. SPX does not have any sort of gap today. So far, though, there is some confluence between the two. So I do like to see that. Oops.
Oh, known issue. Please refer to Discord. Okay. Yeah, guys, I've said it. I say it almost every day on the show. I'll say it again. Make sure you're a part of the Tradeify Discord. Even if you're not a big Discord person, I'm not. I check them a couple times a day. It's a great source of when's the latest events, when's the latest discounts. Occasionally, they run discounts exclusive to Discord. So you want to be in the Tradeify Discord. And if there's any issues, that's the first place to go. So if like an outside, sometimes there's data issues and it has nothing to do with Tradeify. It's, one of the other companies. That's the best place to go and follow Tradeify on Twitter as well in the socials. So
yeah, absolutely. We got some sellers sitting at this 24,035 here on the NASDAQ. So 24,020 clears, and then I think that'll be the next level that bulls need to get above. But right now, that 24,000 is still holding, guys. So what I would, again, want to see is a clear below that level. I don't want to see a sweep. I want to see a clear, a retest back, and then continuation. Again, this is not like, I'm not looking for a hero trade here, guys. I'm looking for something, if we do break, like I said, the 24,000, I would probably look to enter around like the 95, 96 area, and then get the move down below 85, and then target this pre-market low here sitting at 969. So nothing crazy, but I'm looking for like a 30-point move or so. They're trying to hold this 20 area here. I'm watching book maps here. Yes, now trying to get back above VWAP. So is the NASDAQ. Let's see what they do here at the 35s. Or the 30s, actually. Those sellers just stepped in there as well. I would love if they just kept it in this range here. I mean, until the news came out. The closer that we get to this 10 a.m. data, the less and less inclined I am to trade or put on a trade.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I think especially in that 5 to 10 minutes before, you want to be very, very careful, guys. Watch this. I mean, Michigan consumer sentiment is a major data point, but probably the least important of the week. Watch this be the one that sends it to the moon or breaks it down to 200 points.
Listen, I was just thinking that. I was like, watch this be the one that moves the market today. And the thing is, like, I've seen Michigan consumer sentiment data like move the market, which is it's weird. Like you're like, this is what's going to move the market, but I've seen it do some wild shit in the past. So don't underestimate it. I remember one time I was like, oh, we have data today, but this was like years ago. I was like, oh, we have data today, but it's just some Michigan thing. And it was just like this massive move to the downside. I was like, oh, okay, well, we're going to be watching that one. So we'll see what it does today. But we're coming into that 24,035 level here. We do have some sellers. Buying pressure is starting to pick up here, but let's see if they can clear these orders. And then after that, I don't really see anything until probably the 50. Yeah, 62 and then 55. Or I'm sorry, 62 and then 70. They're trying. They're banging their head on this level right now.
By the way, guys, I do want to, we like to do giveaways on the stream, and we do them almost every day. Today, all the giveaways are going to be done on the Apex stream, on the stream for the Apex Legends event, which begins at 1 o'clock. So if you're interested in winning an account, show up there. I watched a little on Wednesday, and it was a lot of fun, and I know this will be a much bigger deal. So I highly encourage you to, as you're trading the afternoon, to keep them on in the background, if for no other reason than to just sit there and shit talk Lil D-Gen the whole time. And they win a lot, but winning or losing, just shit talk him, and you can tell him you have my permission to do so.
Okay, this is weird. ES getting the move down. NASDAQ really trying to bump into this 35. Ooh, this kind of looks like something fishy happening here. What are you doing, you rats?
You fucking rats. You rat bastards.
ES is getting the selling. Like, this is really weird.
This has been a week for a lot of divergences with the indexes. It has been interesting. I mean, we generally ended up in about the same places, but they haven't quite gotten there the same way.
Right. Yeah. This is okay. NASDAQ really clearing these levels here. ES trying to hold. Definitely weaker on ES right now. NASDAQ now back above VWAP. Tried to clear a previous day close. And now getting the buying pressure coming in here. ES trying to hold as well. Let's see.
Tuxedo, you don't need a link to watch him. It's right. It'll be right here on this channel. So.
Wow, that 15 minutes came quick.
Yeah, didn't it?
I was like, wait, we're already in the first 15 minutes. So opening range has been established here on both futures. ES, that level is going to be 65.85 to the downside. To the upside, we need to break 65.92. NASDAQ 24.064 to the upside, and then to the downside it's going to be this 24,000 level. So that's what I'm going to be watching. I'm not going to be trading anything in the middle here. And hopefully, like I said, hopefully we hold this until this news comes out.
And it's funny because you said, oh, 15 minutes is up, and we're basically where we opened.
Yeah, literally we're flat. Yeah.
These markets can go fuck themselves. Seriously, they really can. I'm not being like, joking with that. No, they can all just straight up go do things to themselves.
Yeah. You see, this is what I'm saying, Matt. You call me passive aggressive. This is just straight up.
No, I'm just aggressive. I'm not. There's no passive about it with me. Fuck them.
You're like, no, for real. This is just straight up trash. Yeah. I mean, I've been saying that too. I'm like, they can all go freaking. They're all dead to me at this point.
Yeah. Fucking rats.
Yeah. Rat bastards.
Well, you were very close to Marissa Tomei and in the My Cousin Vinny there for a second.
Yeah. Oh man, that's a throwback there.
Mm-hmm. Great movie too. Great movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen that since I was like freaking 12. Ooh, getting some resistance here at the 40s again. These stupid 40s on the NASDAQ. Oh my gosh, this level right now. It's, yeah, we need to clear these 40s. This is the opening print is essentially where we're sitting right now, that we're rejecting, which isn't, you know, it's not surprising. I mean, usually opening print is a factor in determining like where we go with this market. So ES again now getting the push here. NASDAQ kind of like fumbling between the 40s and the 25s. So let's see. Let us say in the 15 minutes here. Yuck. That 15-minute candle was nasty. About 10 minutes here until the data first set of, or I guess the last set of data, the only set of data for today coming out.
Michigan consumer sentiment, Michigan inflation expectations. So we'll see. And again, everything else this week has come in line. So I mean, it's there is, and again, I think the markets are waiting regardless, but that hasn't helped matters. The fact that that basically all the data has come in exactly or very close to as expected. Actually, just getting my news feed up now.
Yeah, this is where I cut myself off from taking any trades this soon. So I am going to just be waiting on this data set to come out, because last thing I need is to get into a trade and then data just completely comes in.
Yeah.
Takes us out. So
yeah, like I said, I mean, this week, I don't care if it's Wednesday or Thursday, but especially because it's Friday and what has not been the best trading week, despite the news, it's A+ setups for me today or nothing. And honestly, I think if you make it to the end of today, break even, you're a winner. Seriously. Yeah. I mean, and I'll back that up based on what we've seen in the price action so far. So
yeah, absolutely. Trader Shop going for my Friday deep tissue massage. Y'all enjoying manage your risk. Thank you. Yes. Let us know if it's a Korean spa, if that's where you're going. Yeah, rejecting this 24,040 level, same level from yesterday, honestly, that we've kind of just been fighting over. But this is a no trade zone for me, essentially. Even if we didn't have data, I would not be taking a trade here. Buying pressure starting to pick up here on both futures. What are you doing? Chop, chop, chop. Lots of chop.
Chop.
Choppity chop.
I think we should get a fucking award for filling 20 hours this week with this bullshit ass price action.
Man, it is. Yeah,
I want some damn chocolate milk. Let me tell you that right now.
Man, yeah. Now I want to try it. That chocolate milk actually looked really good. I mean, the packaging and everything was like, Yeah,
Overwise is quality stuff. It really is very quality stuff.
Oh, you tried it?
Oh yeah, it's in. I mean, I grew up in the Chicago area, so yeah, it's, you know.
When you were 12, though, not when.
Yeah, I don't think I haven't had chocolate milk in quite some time, but.
I used to have it when I was like when I used to power lift and do my competitions. It was like part of my whole meal setup, like just straight chocolate milk with you know, some sort of you know, carb or something. But I got over it. I got over it real quick.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. We have about 7 minutes here, less than 8 minutes here until the data comes out.
Please react to this news. It's just
imagine.
Like, I always call it, like, don't beg the markets. That's pathetic. Like I kind of feel like I need to at this point. It's
gosh, yeah. Market Maker Mario, say how you really feel, Matt.
Yeah. Yeah, my wife used to do powerlifting as well. So
you told me that. That's so cool.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Do you know what federation?
I have no idea. She's upstairs. She just texted me that, so I'm assuming she can. So she's watching, cool. So she can answer via text.
I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah. I keep meaning, like, I'll have to figure it out. She says she can watch the stream, but she's logged in and subscribed, but she can't comment. So
did you
maybe she smarted off and I banned her. Maybe that's what happened.
Maybe she's the one that's been trolling you this whole time, and you just, you know, that's her payback for all those short comments you make.
Yeah. She says she wasn't part of a federation. She just did like some local stuff.
Oh, cool, cool.
But,
Okay. Yeah, that's powerlifting will test you in different ways. So it's very
I
tactical.
spent my college years powerlifting kegs as well. So I got
right. I figured. You PR'd on those many times. All right, let's see. I hope this chop stays chop until this data. So, or you know what? Just get the data out, and then 2 minutes after make the move. That'll be perfect.
So could you body slam your husband now? When you still got that level of strength?
I could if he really pissed me off. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you probably have to get a step stool first, but I'm sure you could do it.
I'd have to get a running start for sure. Have a trampoline and then
be like Hogan slamming Andre the Giant after.
And then if I jumped, I might get to his knee area. So.
Terrence, hey, welcome, man. Yeah, of course I watched the Pack last night, man. I never miss a game. So. Kegerators. Yeah, kegerators weren't as huge of a thing when I was in college. Like you kind of had to like manually make them. Like I remember one of my buddies was part of a frat that like they literally just bought a refrigerator, drilled a hole in it. That was their kegerator. So
kegerator. Best total weight lifted. I don't know if I remember my best total weight. My worst one was bench, but I deadlifted like I was like 104 pounds. I remember 103 point something, and I deadlifted 330. So that was like my max. And then after that, I was like, I'm done with powerlifting forever. Like this is not good for my body. Just lifting as heavy as possible.
Okay, asking how am I a Packers fan if I grew up in the Chicago area? It was because I don't root for losers. No, I'm kidding.
Dang.
Partially, but no, actually, I was born in Milwaukee. So I grew up most of my life in the Chicago area, but my parents both grew up in the St. Louis area before the football Cardinals moved here and then, of course, moved away. So they really didn't have teams that they grew up rooting for. And, NFL didn't get really huge until like the 80s and 90s. But when they first got married, they lived in Milwaukee for a few years. And that's where I was born. And they actually had friends that had the season ticket package because the Packers used to play 2 games every year in Milwaukee. And so they would go to those. And so they kind of developed a fandom that way. And they were fans of the Packers in the 80s, which if you're an NFL fan, that was not a good decade for the Packers. So we grew up with bear-like disappointment. And then Favre showed up and kind of turned everything around. So.
All right, we're getting this push up here. We have stack liquidity on the NASDAQ between 24,050 and 24,070. That's that high, basically. It's the highs. We gotta make it through. So interesting point that we're at right before the data. We'll see if they just completely flush through all of those orders. So ES testing its opening range high right now, right above it actually. So let's see if we can clear these. I would say like 65.93 and then 65.96, which is pre-market high. NASDAQ kind of again testing this 45-40 area.
Yeah, the Packers usually, traditionally, at least recently, flame out in the playoffs. I'll tell you what, if the Packers don't win the Super Bowl this year, I will shave my head.
No, you'll get random hairs and start sticking them on. Oh, man. All right. We got less than 3 minutes here. See what this data does. Currently rejecting previous day high here on the NASDAQ and that pre-market high. Bulls can really take it here. If they want it, they can take it.
All right, got the news feed up here. So yeah, Michigan consumer sentiment expecting 58. I think anything over 50 is usually considered positive. Below 50 is negative. So we're expecting 58, and we will get the number here in just about 2 minutes.
What do you think, Matt? What does chat think? Do we get a reaction? Upside, downside? What do we do? This is all just for fun, guys. This is not trying to predict anything here, but this is just for fun. Do we dump it or spike it or do nothing?
Yeah. Chris, I'm not disagreeing with you, but it's, Brady and the Pats really sort of like defied expectations with a lot of things. Winning a Super Bowl is really hard. And the Packers rightfully get some shit for that, but I don't hear the Saints getting a bunch of shit for 12 years of Drew Brees and only one Super Bowl. So it is what it is. We got a couple. I'm happy with it. Your team wins a championship every 10 to 15 years. That's really about all you can ask for.
All right, looks like a mixed bag here, everyone. A lot of people are thinking up. Some people are thinking down, sweep all-time highs and then dump. The news will not do much. Okay, so mixed bag, guys. This is me fun. This is gonna be fun. Let's see what we get. Got about less than a minute here.
Less than a minute.
ES still above its opening range high here, so let's see if they try to hold this.
And I remember people last time asking about the Michigan, because why is it Michigan? Because it's the University of Michigan. It's not just the state of Michigan. So the University of Michigan's been putting this together for many, many years. So.
All right, 30 seconds.
I'm surprised Ohio State hasn't released their own number just to compete with Michigan.
Yeah, good point.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right, let's see. F2 futures, we are trading. We're just waiting on this data to come out. All right, let's see. Oh.
Okay.
All right.
Printed higher and then screamed lower, now moving back up. So I never trust usually the first 2 or 3 minutes after any kind of news.
Mm-hmm.
What is the number? Come on, give me the number. 55.4. So a little light, but still in the positive territory, so I would probably consider this mostly in line. Yeah, another nothing burger. That's been the data all week. I wish there was a time machine. I could go back to Monday and tell myself, bro, it's just no.
Just don't.
Yeah. Make up. You and Mariam both make up an excuse. You're sick. You can't do the show. Nothing will be. No, it's fine.
Man. Yeah, it's been a week. I mean, yeah, in terms of levels right now, ES is kind of, we're still holding VWAP on both views. I mean, we really wicked right to VWAP on that data news. So right now we are trying to hold, and we'll see. We'll give it a couple minutes here, see what they decide to do.
Nick is the winner all week. That's exactly right.
Literally, we said that yesterday too.
Yeah.
I literally was like, he chose the right week to take off.
Yeah, he really did. He really did.
He knows something we don't.
He even said, I think last week, he's like, all this data next week. Like, it sucks. I'm going to be gone. No.
Very, very good time to take off.
Michigan inflation expectations coming in literally exactly as expected. Actual 4.8, previous 4.8. 5-year expectation a tick higher than the previous, but nothing. Yeah. Big old nothing burger.
Mm-hmm.
Little liquidity layering in overhead in the NQ. Finally got Bookmap back this today, since I'm actually back at home now. So
nice. Yeah, we have that stack liquidity sitting there.
Yeah, y'all can take off or drop anytime now. Just anytime. You have my permission. It's cool.
All good.
You know what? We're gonna make Nick do the Monday show alone.
For real.
We're gonna make him do it. Yeah, all right. And
we'll be there.
And the markets will move like crazy.
Right. No, we'll still be there. We'll just let him literally talk the whole time.
Yeah. I'll have like an Indiana Jones hat that I'll just pull down like I'm sleeping. Yeah.
I'll close my door real quick.
And then there was one. Oh no, she's back. Thank God.
I'm back. Just have to close my door. All right.
Yeah, I'm supposed to come upstairs during my break and find out why my wife can't comment on the stream. So I don't know. We'll figure that out at some point.
Go look at your blocked history.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Well, no, she said she's never been able to comment, so I don't know what.
On that account.
Yeah.
All right, we are trying to get a wow, what a weird candle open. Do you see this on the 5-minute?
It is interesting. Yeah, it's. Do I
We
see this?
literally
No,
like
no, I don't have any charts up right now. So no, it's just I'm taking the rest of the day off. Have a good show.
Yeah, we're still kind of chopping in this area. Let's see. Nasdaq not even up into its opening range high here. We had a look above and fail of that, the top of that range. Now we are testing again. So again, this is a no trade zone. ES, you could, I mean, ES does look a little bit better in terms of holding this opening range. I don't know why this is not working for me here. But right now, like this 65.91, that's what I'd be looking for us to hold. I just don't like the risk to reward, and it's pretty much where we're sitting right now. So yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to see where we close here in about 38 seconds. It's a weird candle open on Nasdaq. Literally like gapped up on that.
We did. We printed above the candle and then immediately spiked down.
Something fishy, y'all. Something fishy's happening.
Conspiracy theorists are feasting this week, man. Let me tell you, the market conspiracy theories are flowing this week. Yeah, what's the cute yucky indicator showing right now?
It's showing extreme yuck right now.
Extreme.
Yeah, like this is. Look at that candle. What is that? Oh, I do not like that. It's so ugly. I hate it.
Ew.
Ew.
You, David.
Who's David?
You never seen Schitt's Creek?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh my gosh.
That's a great show. That's a fantastic show.
But I would have it playing like in the background when I used to work back in my marketing job, and it was just like always playing, but I would catch little glimpses of it.
Yeah.
I didn't know they were actually father and son.
They are, and it's one of the few sitcoms that gets better as it goes on.
Oh yeah.
The end of the last season, I think they rushed a few things, but like the first season, I think was the worst, and I still liked it. I thought it was really, really good. Like 2, 3, and 4 are just it's amazing, and I mean you just have a great cast. That whole cast, top to bottom.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. Catherine O'Hara can just. I mean, it's hilarious. Her on that show. She's so over the top, and like like the wrong actress could not pull that off, and she absolutely does.
I agree. She's in that new show on Apple TV, The Studio or whatever. The one.
Yeah, we've been meaning to watch that. That's I think that's that with Seth Rogen. That's getting really good reviews. I'm excited to see that. But it's Apple, which means we have like 3 years to watch it before the next season comes out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we started watching.
That's Apple TV. Every show is great. Just plan on a long wait for the next season.
Oh, I'm already pissed that I started Severance this early.
Are you all the way through it? You got through the end?
Oh, I'm done with it. Yeah, now I'm just waiting gonna wait another 3 years for the next season to come out.
What a mind fuck that show is.
God, I know. I'm not a fan of how it ended, but you know what? We'll just keep it at that. Mm-hmm. All right, let's see what we do here. ES, wow, lots of buying pressure on ES. Holding that opening range high there.
Shrinking is great, Sean. Shrinking is fantastic. I love that show.
Apple TV has been apparently getting a lot of good.
It's shows. Great, and they don't promote it. It's weird. It's the best. It's some of the best television that's out there right now, and they just they don't really advertise individual shows. It's just like Apple TV, and we have all this. Well, have you seen Shrinking? It's really good.
I have not. I've seen it like on Apple TV, but I haven't watched it, or I don't know.
It's a dramedy. It's what's the actor that plays the guy from How I Met Your Mother? Why is his name just completely escaping me at this point? But he plays a psychiatrist, I believe, psychologist who his wife is killed in a drunk driving accident, and so he like bottoms out, and the show starts like Jason Segel. Yeah, thank you.
Wife coming through.
yeah. But anyway, so his wife it's like a year after his wife is killed in a car accident. He's got a teenage daughter, and he's just bottoming out. I mean, the opening scene is him with hookers and drugs in his pool, right? So it's him then kind of like realizing I bottomed out and I'm slowly coming back. And so, but it is a comedy, and his boss, who is like kind of helps him and it's his mentor, is played by Harrison Ford. And Harrison Ford, I would not peg as a comedic actor, and he plays the straight character, but he delivers in that show. The whole cast is hilarious. The writing is fantastic. There's 2 seasons out, and I think the 3rd season is coming very, very soon. So yeah, fantastic show.
All right, shoot, gotta add that to the arsenal of shows to watch.
Trying to think who else is in
this is
that.
dependent on.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's dependent on the football schedule, because now apparently that's what we're dealing with in this household. So nothing else can be watched until football is out of the way.
Damn right. Parents, I got your back on this one, man. I 100% got your back on that.
And it's funny because it's not like I ever really watch TV. It's just, whenever we have a TV, but apparently you have to have like 5 different networks to watch a whole freaking week of
the NFL is, you talk about the ultimate price gouging. Yeah, that's why I always encourage people on a budget to sail the high seas for some of those games.
Man,
but
you're paying like an arm and a leg just to freaking watch a game. Damn. Yep. All right, ES is on us in Little Ripper here. NASDAQ starting to get the feet here towards opening range high at that 24,064 area. We have to clear these sellers sitting at 24,060. Then we just have stack liquidity sitting above that until 75. So we're gonna see if we can get this move here on the NASDAQ. ES, let's see. Yeah, ES just holding opening range here.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. Who's your hubby's team? Is that he's Seahawks fan, right?
Well, he grew up in the Seattle area, but I think he's a Saints fan.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. You told me that.
Because his uncle played for the Saints.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, that's a good reason.
Yeah. So I don't know anything about any of that, but apparently I'm a Saints fan too. So.
Yes, you are. Yeah, you married into the family.
Yeah.
That's what I told my wife after we got married. I said, "You're now officially an NFL owner." So
Yeah. There you go. There you go. NASDAQ trying to get the buying pressure here. We did clear some of those orders at 60, but kind of stalling, it looks like. Oh, ES is getting the move back down. Let's see.
5-minute ATR in the NQ is 15, and we're 40 minutes into the market. Like if I had hair, I'd pull it out at this point. It's literally where I'm at.
Yeah, I like my hair too much to do that, but I agree with you. We're holding this opening range here on ES. Let's see.
If I got a wig with your hair and put it on, I'd look like an albino Troy Polamalu.
We already did that with AI, I'm pretty sure.
Well, that was kind of like it was like almost like an Afro
like
wig.
Yeah,
it wasn't.
I agree. It was kind of weird.
I'll have to dig up an old picture of me with hair just to put on the show.
TJ, unfortunately, I married into a diehard Cowboys family.
That was hilarious, TJ. Last night I was watching the post game as I was falling asleep, and they're interviewing Micah Parsons on their set, which is on the field. And most of the fans have left, but like a couple thousand congregate around the thing. And the first thing they started chanting was "Thank you, Jerry," or Jerry Jones for trading Micah Parsons to the Packers.
Let's see, 88. Not a fan of this price action right now, honestly.
Really? See, I based on your comments all week, I would think you're a huge fan of it.
I don't even know why I even said that.
Yeah.
Gosh. Oh, it's okay. Just, make a nice break of opening range and then now come back to it and looking like we're trying to break it down to the downside, but we're still holding.
My wife also did point out via text, Only Murders in the Building season 5 has just started. If you've never seen that is well worth a watch as well.
Only Murders
in the Building. It's called. It's a again a dramedy. It's like a mystery. Every season there's a murder that they're solving that's in their building, and it stars Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Selena Gomez, which sounds like a really weird combination. It works. And I mean, they've gotten some A-list stars to guest on that. They've gotten Meryl Streep, Paul Rudd, a whole bunch of people have come on for either like multi-episode arcs or one-offs. And funny stuff. So
interesting. Selena Gomez. I have not seen her in I don't know, since a freaking perfume commercial.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not a big fan of her music because I'm not 12, but and
I still make music.
I think so, and like I never saw any of her Disney shows because I was too old for that.
Yeah,
but
I
you
didn't
know,
either.
obviously you're familiar with who she is. And then like, I've been really impressed with her at the show. Like, you know, you for as funny as Steve Martin and Martin Short are, they're A-list, like they are professionals. And she does a ton of scenes with just the three of them and she holds her own. She does great. So yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
Only Mer's
Well,
fantastic.
okay. Well, add that to the list as well.
It's only on Hulu, but it's, you know, it's well, even if you just get the like $10 a month Hulu, it's well worth having a month or two to get through that show.
All right. All right.
So guys, you may not be getting a ton of trades today, but you are getting some fantastic entertainment recommendations on today's program.
Right.
This is what we aim to do. Nice candle here. We finally get
Yeah.
Let's
Lots of
fucking
selling
go.
pressure coming in. Let's see here. ES has to hold this area here at the 89s. Otherwise, I think we see this pre-market, or I'm sorry, this opening range low. Holding VWAP right now on both futures. Excuse me. Gosh, what a freaking morning so far. This is absolutely horrible. What are you going to do here, Bills? What you gonna do? What you gonna do when the Bears come for you?
Win. oh, the market bears. I'm sorry. Yeah, my bad.
But sorry, Nick.
He said he's in a meeting for the next few minutes, so he
Oh,
didn't
okay.
hear that.
We're clear.
Oh no, now I'm disappointed. I'll shit talk him when he's on stream.
Yeah, you're missing out on. He's missing out on these gems that you got here, Matt.
So I want VWAP to fall, beep up, and then I want 24K. I don't know that there's anything on the short side to do until we test and hopefully break 24K. Would love to see a break below 24K, and then maybe a retracement up, not quite to VWAP, but maybe to 15 or 20, and then a flush back below. I think that would be, you know, so peak below, peak back above, and then flush. I think would be a really a potentially good setup. To the upside, we got really close to that 68 level in that first candle. We really haven't nibbled at it since.
Man,
that would be like the if you recall a couple weeks ago, I was in a trade. We were looking for a flush of 23,000.
Yep.
And it got within like it was like five
ticks.
How do you get that close to that big of a number and at least not test it? Like that's
just stupid.
Rat bastards.
Rat bastards. Oh gosh, yeah, they are not able to clear these freaking highs on the Nasdaq. There's a seller there that's like, "You shall not pass."
No, Gandalf's not on the show today.
Yeah. What a range we're sitting in. What a range. Literally a 60 point range on the Nasdaq. What is this? 60-point range.
Are we in the upside down?
Feels like it. This whole week has felt like a freaking upside down. Holding VWAP still. Beep bop.
Beep bop.
Beepity beep bop. In case anyone wants a refresher, I'm looking for this 24,000 level to break on the Nasdaq. That's the only decent setup that I see right now. ES's failure of pre-market high, strong candle to the downside here is not giving me a lot of hope on the bulls so far. We are not even able to hold this opening range. You guys can see this would have actually been a setup prior to this candle. So I am no longer interested in this setup because given the candle that we got, I would be looking for pre-market high to break instead if I was looking long. Otherwise on ES, I would be looking for this 65.85 level to break. However, we are above VWAP right now on the Nasdaq. Still some divergences here between futures. ES looking a lot weaker. Almost like thinking that ES wants to make this move down. Nasdaq kind of just trying to hold here. Nasdaq's like the little engine that could. Like it's really trying to just break these highs, and these sellers just keep stepping in. It's actually really annoying. It's like just let them take it at this point. Otherwise, just flush it to hell. Like
yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm ready now officially to pronounce this week the most disappointing and frustrating week we've had since we started the program. I really believe that. It really has. Outrageous. Just because again, the amount of news that we had, where we are on the charts in terms of the macros, and just lack of any kind of conviction or follow through almost all week.
Yeah. Yeah, really I mean, VWAP seems to be somewhat respecting here on NQ. It's just, ugh. I mean, it's kind of been hit or miss this week with VWAP, with Bebop.
Bebop.
Bebop. Oh man, like pick a side. Pick a side. Run the highs or break down to the. Come on, like pick a side. Choose your fighter.
It's a good comment, Extra. NASDAQ is a little engine that wouldn't. Yeah, that's exactly it. Any other first-time Tradeify TV watchers today? Make sure you let us know in the chat so we can shout you out. And again, guys, we're watching the markets, and I'm still maybe very naively optimistic we will find some opportunity over the course of the next couple of hours. But now is the chance, guys, to ask some questions. You know, it's something we did a lot in the first few weeks of the show, as we were kind of feeling out our chat, and we were getting a little more comfortable to doing what we do, and we didn't have as many guests. Now we don't have the opportunity to do that as much. But we do like doing it. So if you have any trading-related questions, make sure to drop them in the chat. For some reason we missed it, please ask it again. Mark, welcome, sir. Welcome. John JD, welcome as well. Thanks for being here. So we are here every 5 days a week. We are here from let's see, 8:30 to 12:30 Eastern time.
There you go.
Well, I was going to give Central time. It's 7:30 to 11:30 Central time. And for those of you that are over in the European area, the London stream will restart next week with Nick once he's back from vacation. And why did the cookie visit the doctor? I don't know. Tick, thoughts? Why did the cookie visit the doctor? Because he felt crummy?
Oh, yeah, I like that.
I'm going to guess on that one. Yeah.
Felt crummy. Gold made a nice little trend line break here on the 1 hour. But the 5 minute looks like, look at this on the 5 minute on gold. That is just. Beep,
well,
beep, beep.
Sean asking, it's his first time watching. What are y'all's backgrounds? But we've done a lot. We've talked a lot about our history as traders on this show, so we don't need to go into a big deal. But I've been trading for about 10 years, small caps to options to futures. And I've been in the education game for just about that long, from moderating live trading rooms to running live trading rooms to creating content for a major brokerage to now here with Tradeify. So, and I've done some various things in the prop space for a couple of years, gotten to know the business a little bit, was really impressed with Tradeify, and was happy to come work for Brett and over at Tradeify TV. So that's kind of me in 30 seconds.
Yeah. I started in options, got introduced by it to the stock market by a friend, decided to look into it, and I've been doing it ever since.
Let's break out. Here we go. Sorry to interrupt you there, but yeah.
No, it's okay. Nothing important. It's fine. This is way more important. Yes, finally making this high here. We printed an all-time high here at 24,071. So getting the move up. What a freaking hold of VWAP here. ES trying to make its opening range hold here. Let's see if they can continue higher above this level. So I'm going to remove this for now since we did break out.
Simple, yes. I did some stuff for them under their previous leadership. Not the current. Let's go. I don't even care about trade. I mean, I care about making money in trades, obviously, but I just want to see some movement because I think that'll set up very well for the afternoon or to next week. But yeah. Yeah, this choppiness on the 15-minute was rough, but let's see if they can hold this opening range high now. We did get a breakout of it. We printed a new all-time high. Let's see if we can get the juice to follow through with it now. There's a lot of stack liquidity. I do want to say, guys, I just got a notification from the Tradeify Discord. So you recall on Monday, Vinny and Brett talked through some of the new plans and the changes to the plans that are coming. Those are now live as of this morning, and the coupon issue should be fixed, at least according to Vinny in the Discord. So again, that's another reason you want to be a member of the Tradeify Discord. You know, when there's small hiccups along that lines. Oh, and also as well, Project X will be available as a platform option for all new accounts starting Sunday, September 14th at 5 p.m. Eastern. So guys, officially, you have a time and a day now. And yeah, really excited for that. Who here is excited for Project X coming to Tradeify? Let's get a hell yes in the chat.
Nice. Guys, I'm going to be eyeing along here. I want to see price action develop a little bit further, but I'm going to be eyeing along at this opening range high. If we can get a closure on this 5 minute, this next 5 minute, I'll be watching. I want to see them hold the 60s, like 24.060 is what I'm looking for them to hold. Let's see. 20 seconds left on this. The 1 minute looks good for a breakout above.
A lot of people excited. That's great. That's great. People were asking, like, what are some of the changes? Rather than us go through all of them again, because we did that on Monday, I encourage you to go check out Tradeify social medias or the Discord. And so they created a series of 4 or 5 slides that show, like, for example, the 7-day trading rule in funded is gone now. You just have to hit the 5 days of the profit to request a payout. So, cut a couple of days off your journey there. There's a few other small changes here or there and a couple of big ones. So go check out, again, guys, highly encourage you to follow Tradeify on social media, be a part of the Discord, because again, that's where I got this info from right now. So, and like I said, I'm not a guy that checks Discord 40 times a day, but it's worth checking 2 or 3 times a day, especially for major things like this. So Project X goes live 5 o'clock Eastern on Sunday. Very excited for that.
Nice.
And guys, you don't even know what's coming. Like, seriously, I hate teasing this all the time, but I kind of secretly like it, to be honest. But like, between we've had some meetings this week and last week about some stuff that's coming. Very exciting. Very
there's a lot. There's a lot in that they're cooking. So, yeah, be excited for it. There's a lot. There's a lot. Oh man, didn't quite get my entry. I don't know if we're gonna get it here. I have an order sitting at 24.063. Really, I should probably have it right at that opening range there, but I want to see if they'll take my order. If not, then I'll look for another pullback.
Ranked people in the chat, Marksman, are people who comment a lot every day. The rankings reset. We're still not entirely sure how they work, but those are the people that have basically commented the most during this particular stream.
Just want to go? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'm just going to wait for an entry here. I'm not going to chase into any of this. If we do come back to the 63s, then I still have my order sitting there. Otherwise, just wait for a pullback.
Yeah, it's interesting because the ES is not really broken out.
Yeah,
we've gotten that from the NQ, GC meh, CL meh. RTY is actually pushing down. So RTY definitely the laggard of the day, down 0.5%. It's now pushing down below the -2 standard dev band.
Ooh, yeah, there it is. Yikes. All right. See if we get a little bit of a pullback here. Otherwise, I think we get into these 100s on NQ.
Yeah. So just about an hour from now, guys, Lumi's going to be joining us. So we're just kind of combining streams for a little while today. We'll have her, we'll cross over with her about an hour. And then I think she's going to get about a half hour on her own before we launch into the Apex Legends stream with Lil DJ and Drew and the gang. So make sure you tune in for that. And they're going to be doing a ton of giveaways during that, guys. So even if you're not participating, you just want to watch, have it on in the background. They're pretty entertaining. And yeah, make sure you do that to enter any giveaways.
It's always fun.
It is, yeah. Important to unwind after a long trading week as well. So
yeah. 63. Is anyone in a trade or took a trade today?
Trigs, I use ATR to gauge range. I do not use it for position sizes. No, unless it's an extreme reading like 50, 60, 70 or something like that. I also saw somebody asking about VWAP. I learned VWAP from a lot of different places over the years. I don't know that there's necessarily a one definitive place. I think there's a few that teach it pretty well. But at this point, there's probably more than enough videos on YouTube to help you out. Maybe I'll do some extended stuff on that at some point for socials or something. But yeah, I use it both as for trading setups and also just to gauge general sentiment of the markets. And as I've said, guys, if you're somebody who over trades, like you trade 20, 30, 40 times a day, which for a newer trader is way too damn much, in my not so humble opinion, but just taking longs above VWAP or shorts below VWAP can be, depending on your situation, a nice way to just screen out some of your trades. Well, Mary, so we're pushing up on the NQ, and we've got a lot of liquidity layering up overhead. I mean, this is a textbook setup for a further move higher, but we're really just kind of struggling to get there.
Yeah, I mean, I've been watching my order here, literally within like 2 points of my order getting filled, and I'm not getting it. But we still have some buyers sitting at that 65 level. I pretty much have an order sitting right where that opening range high is. So unfortunately, we might get a little pop here, and then we might not get my fill, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm just kind of watching it to see. ES kind of like. I mean, NASDAQ obviously is super strong right now in terms of where we're sitting. ES is kind of pitter-pattering a little bit. So I would be expecting ES to follow if NASDAQ gets the juice here.
Yeah, thank you, Leah. We have formed our IB range.
Oh, yeah. Already there. All right.
So if we were to push up and then fail, that would be a textbook Joey Morgan setup.
Yeah, that's true. Kind of looking like we're setting up for a flag here, possibly.
What are my VWAP settings? Well, here I'll put it right up on the screen here. Put my screen up real quickly. There we go. Drew, if we want to put my screen up for just a couple of minutes here. There we go. So those are the settings for the tool, guys. I'll leave that up for about 30 seconds. Very basic. This tool, the VWAP dash intraday, is a free tool built into TradingView. Some of their extra stuff is paid. And again, this is the only difference that I typically have from other tools, guys, is I have these tolerance bands on, because usually it looks like this, right? There's your -1, there's your +1. The +2, -2 are a little more faded, but I always keep a 0.1 because while VWAP by definition is a point, also a standard deviation, I've always found these zones work a little better. Plus, these can be setups, guys. So like if we're pushing strongly down and then we come back up, move into this zone and then break down below the tolerance band. That's a pretty A+ setup for me.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. I literally had my order sitting. Let me just show you this. I did not move these levels. Look at that. Look at that.
We got to put your screen
not
back
even get filled on that. That's fun.
Good times.
Fun.
Good times.
Yeah. All right.
We did poke above IB high, so if we're gonna get some momentum, this needs to be where it is.
Oh, I just realized no one can even see my screen. All right, let's see. That might have been the chance there, but let's see. Move it a tad. 65. I'm not in this trade, guys. I did not get filled on that order. Literally, like, didn't even. I mean, man, it tapped into it, but it did not fill my orders. So, this was the move I was looking for. Unfortunately, did not get that. Let's see if we get some sort of pullback. Now, the problem is right now, I don't expect another pullback back to this opening range high. So that's the issue. This would have been, you know, the trade that yeah, that's fucking so sad. Whatever.
That's just
it is what it is.
That's just this week, man. It just is.
Sad day, guys. Sad day.
I'm just gonna like calendar we have hanging up upstairs. I'm just gonna take like a big black marker and just like go like this through the whole fucking week because I'm just literally I'm done with it. Yep.
This is like the literal move I was looking for. Up into the 90s and then push into 100. I would have literally been trailing my stop as we speak. So, all right. Well, your next order of business, I would think for the NASDAQ would be 24,090. There's some sellers sitting there. 24,100 would be that next level up. And then we have 24,125. So I removed my order. I'm not going to obviously wait for another retest of opening range because now I don't like it. If we do come back into opening range, I don't want, I would rather see like a little bit of a pitter patter move into that and then a strong move out of it. I don't want to see another candle get into that zone now. So unfortunately, no, not much of a pullback. I mean, like I said, that opening range tap was just perfect. And now we're getting the move. So
CNB Money Glitch, I see your question. I encourage you to ask support in the Discord on that. I'm not sure where it says day one. Again, guys, we're not the marketing team and we're not the support team, so I'm not quite sure what you're referring to there. But I highly encourage you if to take that question into Discord. There's a whole questions tab in there just for accounts. We don't want to misspeak. We don't want to accidentally say, well, this is this and you need to hit this, and then you get there and it turns out that's not the case and you're like, well, Matt said this, and they'll tell you, well, Matt's not support. So highly encourage any guys, any plan questions that you have related to plans, payouts, anything like that. Highly encourage you to take those to the Discord. You don't need to open a support ticket to ask a basic question. Just go into the Discord, there's a questions tab, and one of the mods will respond to you.
New indicator, don't trade directionally when Nick is on vacation.
Yeah.
Maybe. He's no longer allowed to take vacations, that's for sure.
So we definitely have reached a new all-time high in the NQ front month contract. Let's see if we get up to Lil D-Gen's target for yesterday.
Oh, man. I will be somewhat eyeing something if we get back down to, like, call it... let's see. We have some buyers sitting at, like, that 66. Same sort of area where the opening range would be. But, again, I don't want to see... Like, I want to see a little bit of a move, right? Like I don't want to see a fat candle come down into that area. I want to see a little bit of a pitter-patter move come into it, and then... we move back. ES is holding its opening range. I just don't like longs right now on ES. I mean, clearly you can see the difference between the two. So I would be, I'd be a little weary taking longs right now on ES until we can clear that pre-market high. We kind of are squeezing though on ES, it looks like, forming a downside and an upside trend line. So, but yeah, ES is not necessarily my favorite in terms of the price action. NASDAQ obviously has a little bit more juice. It's seeing all the love here. So max pain when you get you don't get your entry by one tick. I think I have you beat there, Matt.
Yeah, that's probably one of the more frustrating moments of the week, I would say.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, like you missed your entry. What are you going to do? Right? I'm not going to chase it up here. Like,
no. And you know what, the even more frustrating thing is, like, I know sometimes depending on what platform you are, sim fills can be like a little wonky here or there, but like we're trading live. So
yeah.
like you literally missed that by 1 tick. That's the even more frustrating part about it.
Well, it almost looks like it did actually hit that level, but it just didn't take my order.
Yeah, you weren't
like,
you weren't high enough in the queue. Yeah.
And none for Gretchen Wieners.
Yeah. Contract for you, fuck you, contract for you.
Yeah. That's the range we're here in 24,065 right now and 24,090. This chart looks so bad. I mean, it's funny, even like, yeah, this opening range high is working, and I still think it would, be a good move. It's just like we're stalling. It feels like we're just so slow right now. ES looks like crap. ES does not look good. ES, go get some rest, ES. It's been a rough week for you.
Yeah. Go lay down for a little while.
Yesterday was good, but so far, ES is like, I need a cigarette.
Yeah. I feel like after this week, I need a cigarette, and I don't smoke. So
yeah, you and me both.
Yeah. Maybe an edible or 4 later. I don't know.
Or 4, yeah.
Or 4, yeah. It's that kind of week.
The 5-minute looks not so great. I mean, the 1 minute is holding. Like, the 1 minute actually looks like, we're trending here. I know this is a 2-minute, but nice little trend so far to the upside. Little pullbacks into these prior resistance turn support now. So I would expect, like I said, this 90 to clear. If this 90 clears, then shot at 100. I don't see why that wouldn't happen. But yes, it's like struggling right now. I'm gonna draw this trend line here.
Loving nature guy, that's like an SAT question, man. I took the SATs way too long ago, man. That's
oh, that's funny. If Johnny had 27 watermelons.
Yeah. If Matt had 3 monitors and after this week he breaks 1, how many does he have left?
What to this sanity? How many brain cells are currently in his brain?
How many edibles did he take that night?
Oh, man. Yeah, slow but steady up. Yeah, somewhat feels like that. Right now, it just kind of feels like we might be hitting a chop zone. Let's see. ES, it just has not made any sort of move. RIP to anyone who's trading options on SPX right now, because this move will eat up your premiums.
Or another one. Miriam is 4'7". Her husband is 6'10". How much torque does she need to body slam?
What's the bounce level on the trampoline she needs to buy? I rate my pain scale on margaritas. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Me too.
Terrence like that one. That's good.
Well, he's an engineer, so you said torque, and his ears just
perked look at him. He says he wants to do the math now. You were right. Yep, that's.
You like literally just spoke to all his love languages there.
Yeah, you know your man. What can I say? It's.
Oh man. I can hear him writing on his journal right now, just the whole like equation.
I've said, like, I desperately want to double date with you guys because I've never been a part of a couple with a less height differential. Like when we've gone out, it's like we've always had the biggest height differential. So
yeah, we're gonna need to get a high chair for me. That's for sure.
Well, no, we can find a restaurant somewhere where like one side of the booth is a few inches higher than the other. So
Yeah, we'll take a high chair, please. Thank you. Oh, you have a baby? No, it's just for
No,
me.
no, this was for our wives. Yeah, thank you. You laugh. They probably have a place like that in LA.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Mm-hmm.
Trash food and somewhat good music. Yeah.
That's my love language right there.
Trash food and good music.
Yeah.
I love that.
I just told you, Oki, she's 4'7" and he's 6'10".
I'm
You
not
think I'm joking?
4'7".
When have I ever
4'7"
not
to
been
him.
serious on this show?
I can pass as like 5'1.5". I'm 5'1", but yeah, that's all I'm gonna say.
Can confirm when we did our video shoot for our interviews, which we've released some of that. Some's probably still, like, Nick and I had to slouch down in our chairs a little bit.
Luckily, the photo shoot place was slanted, so
yeah,
I just
there
put
you
on
go.
the highest part. I wore heels that day on purpose.
Yeah, and then they put us in chairs, and you're like, this isn't fair.
My feet were dangling.
Yeah, they were. You were like a little kid without, we were kicking the kids.
Oh man. Yeah, I chose the tallest guy to be my husband. I was like,
there you
"It's that
go.
one.
That's it. Yeah.
That's the one."
So your average height is pretty normal. It's just, when you break it down by mean.
Yeah, I'm still hoping in the event we have kids, they'll take his side of it and we'll create just D1 athletes, and that'll be
There
it.
you go. There you go.
He's 6'5". He played football, so he's
Oh,
he's
there
got
you go.
that. He has good posture though. We were in Vegas the other day, and he got complimented by 2 men on his height. So he's like, "Wow, I've been hit on by men here since I've been here." And I'm like, "Well, what's new?"
Yeah.
Someone asked him if he was made in a lab. I thought that shit was hilarious.
Damn. Okay. All right.
Like, what? I've never heard that.
And you're like, I'm right here.
I didn't even catch that someone asked him that, or someone said that to him, and I was just like, he's like, "Yeah, someone asked me." I was like, "Oh my god, that's hilarious." I should have recorded that. That's gonna be my new favorite one. Oh man, guys, we are just we're holding here. I mean, this wow, we're just making these moves. All right, getting the buying pressure coming in. Now these 90s need to clear here on the NASDAQ. If these 90s clear, like I said, I think we have room down. Room down. Look at me trying to already short right now. Room up to 24,100. Sad day for me not to get my entry here, but oh, guys, it is what it is. ES still holding its opening range high as well. We are going for 150. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't. I said it too. I mean, I feel like, this was what needed to happen, right? Like, we've been in this chop zone on NASDAQ. Like, look at this from yesterday, right? We're basically stuck in between 24,000 and 24,050. And we're not too far from there right now, but like the fact that we got the break out of that previous high, now printing new all-time highs. I mean, I don't see anything really stopping this. Let's see what we do at 24,100. Man, yeah, buying pressure really stepping in here on NASDAQ. ES is slow. ES is just like I feel like only making the move up because NASDAQ is right now. It's like, okay, I guess I'll participate. No, my husband does not play. Well, he does play basketball, but he was a football athlete. He loves his football. That's what I said too. I'm like, you should have played basketball, dude. Come on, man.
Although
Come on, guy.
like 6'5" is just like a tall guard. I mean, you go back like 20, 30 years, 6'5", good wing, maybe even a power forward like Charles Barkley. He was, I think, just 6'6", but yeah, like if you're not at least 6'3" or 6'4" now, you're not even playing guard in the NBA.
Yeah. Well, Steph Curry is like what, 6'3", 6'2"?
He's deceptively tall. Like he's but plus he wears like those shoes that give him an extra inch or two as well.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, listen, that's a once in a lifetime shooter though. So
Yeah.
You can be 5'7". If you can get the ball off like that and make 40% of your threes, they'll find a place for you.
What's that one guy that was like the shortest player? He was like 5'7".
Well, Muggsy Bogues was pretty short.
Oh yeah. I think that's him. Crazy. Oh man, my lungs are weeping, or I'm weeping because of my lungs. Well, these orders are still stacking up here. I mean, the buyers really are stepping in though. I think once we clear, I'd be curious to see what we do at 100 on the NASDAQ.
Oh yeah, Muggsy was 5'3". Yeah, that's right.
He was 5'3"?
Yeah, he was a tiny guy.
Dang.
Remember
That's
that scene
not
in
too far
Space
from me.
Jam? That scene in Space Jam where they're all walking down the hallway and because they're trying to figure out why they can't play basketball anymore, and all the tall guys bang their heads on the doors, and the doctor and Muggsy Bogues just walk like normally through.
Oh, I never caught that. That's so
Yeah.
funny. That's hilarious.
I refuse to watch the sequel, but the original was it was so bad it was good.
Oh my gosh, the original is nostalgic. I mean,
Yeah.
that was just
Even though Michael Jordan can't act his way out of it, we finally found something he really sucks at, is acting.
yeah. I mean, shoot, he got sick of basketball. He decided to go to golf
Baseball.
or baseball, not golf.
Yeah.
Not golf.
No, golf is just where he loses all his money.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't he own like his own golf course or something like
I'm
that?
sure he does.
And he charges like an arm and a leg and
Mhm.
to try to use it. Let's see, 100 here. Are we gonna clear it?
Well, I mean, I would say there's no way we don't at least go tap it at this point, but clearly that hasn't necessarily been a thing. Yeah,
So
he wasn't great in baseball, but if you can hit 200 in the minor leagues, you're better than 99% of anybody who's ever picked up a bat. So,
oh my God, Allen Iverson was my favorite player. I would literally, anytime I played sports in like middle school or high school, my number, I would always choose number 3 because of Allen Iverson. It didn't matter what sport it was. It could have been like, yeah, anything. I was
he
like,
didn't lose all his money. Yes, he's a billionaire, buddy, but yeah, he's a horrible gambler. Listen, I grew up around Chicago. The stories that every restaurant and or bookie has in Chicago about Michael Jordan. Yes, he's still a billionaire. He can afford to lose every dime, but he's a lousy ass gambler. This would be dirty if it doesn't even go touch 100.
I was just thinking that. Yeah, I was looking to see in terms of any pullbacks, possibly 24,088. We get a pullback there. Bookmaps, the only area I see right now is at 24,100. So clear that. What I don't want to see is like a look above and fail. Like if we clear this, I want to see continuation. Obviously I'd like a pullback as well, but we're trying right now. We're really trying. All right, getting the buying coming in here. Let's see. Oh, they tapped 24,099. Oh, those rats.
Yeah, it is low volume today. Oh, I wish I had his money too, Empire State. If I had his money, I wouldn't be on this show right now. I can guarantee that. As much as I love doing it, I'd be on a beach somewhere.
You mean both.
That is interesting with some of these, I mean, listen, we're in a capitalistic society. Make as much money as you can. I don't give a shit really, but like some of these guys that are like, I'm sorry, like kudos to Warren Buffett for making all this money. Like I would have retired 40 years ago. Like you wouldn't see me. I'd be on every beach in the world, and of course I probably eat so good I'd be long dead by now. But whatever. Craig, I don't know. I've heard that conspiracy theory as well, but I don't think that was the case. Just because remember his dad had just been murdered, so that's tough, man. That's
Oh man.
that was not that's I don't care who you are, that fucks with you. So parent dies of natural causes, that fucks with you, let alone something brutal like that. So yeah, I at that point I've read a couple of biographies on him, and then just it seems to just be he was just like, what's the point, right? Like
tapped into this 24,102. So we cleared the 24,100 area. I'm gonna be looking for some pullbacks here to see if we can get in on something. Man, this trend is just slow grind up here.
Yep, just a peak above.
Yuck, ES is just, this chart on ES is so bad. Look at the 15-minute on ES. This is crazy.
DL, I don't know. I've never heard that before, but I doubt it. Dude still had a ton of money. That's not.
Okay. All right, now it's just going to go for it. All right, next level's up on the NASDAQ here. Let's see. We have 24,110. Some orders sitting there.
Yeah, we've cleared a lot of liquidity on the board, though. So you could see a nice little push up here. This is just, I mean, you just look at the, like, yeah, I'm done ranting about the market. I don't have the energy for it. It's been a week.
It has. ES now coming back into its session highs here, finally trying to also make a decent move here. We'll see. We'll see what ES does if it clears this 65.95 area. If anyone is in ES right now, that's the level you want to see clear. And then 6,600 still has those sellers sitting there. So let's see. Let's see. Oh, man. The only decent, well, I mean, we got like this decent pullback here at 1040. Right now, I am not going to chase this. ES now starting to try to clear this pre-market high, 65.95. Getting some buying pressure coming in here. There it is. Nice. Lots of buying pressure coming in here on both futures.
Actually turning into a really nice 1 hour candle. Definitely a breakout candle.
Oh, max pain.
Yeah, it's been that kind of week, but
yeah.
But you set your entries where your system tells you to, and it is what it is at that point.
Yeah, it literally, there was nothing I could have done about that. Like, it literally looked like it tapped into it, just didn't take my order. I even moved it higher after to see if it would, I mean, not by much, it was like 2 points, but to see if we would get down there, and it didn't. So yeah, that's the tough part about trading, right? Like, seeing the move go without you, and it's like you had the right thesis, you had the right idea, and you just didn't get the entry. Literally did not get filled on the entry. So that's super frustrating, but what are you gonna do, right? This is part of trading. You know, the last thing you want to do is enter a trade because you feel like you should have gotten in and you missed out on it. And yeah, maybe it'll work. Maybe it'll work sometimes. In this case, I'm sure it probably would have worked for me, even if I got in like 10 points, 15 points higher, but at what cost, right? And especially if you're sitting at all.
You can't make a habit of that, though, right?
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly. That's the struggle. Yeah. I mean, you guys literally saw my order. I was even talking about this. I said, I'm looking for this opening high, opening range high to tap into it. And we literally look at that. We tapped right into that and just didn't get filled. So when I see that happen, that's another thing. Like, I'm not super superstitious or anything like that, but like, I will see that as like a sign of, okay, that didn't take your order. There's maybe something else, that this is probably trying to tell me. Either, you know, take this off and see what happens like later on. Maybe the move wouldn't have happened, you know, as I wanted it to, or whatever the case may be. You know, it's like, maybe it's a sign that there's another play waiting to happen. But right now, ES it has to hold above the 65.96, I would think. Right now, it's looking like it wants to put in a top tail, which would not be cute. So let's see what we get here. I wouldn't have liked ES's longs anyway. This would have drove me insane on ES. Let's see. 24,115 on it. NASDAQ has some sellers sitting there, pretty much right where we tapped into. Then now we're stacking some liquidity. I think those orders are starting to kind of come in here. 24,120 and then 24,130 has those sellers. But right now, let's see if this 24,100 holds. That'll be like the first level, I would think, for these bids to start to come in. Nasdaq getting all the love today. WFT Gaming, I did not enter. I did not get filled on my entry. That's why I'm having a little sob story right now, because I'm sad I didn't get filled on it. I literally had my entry sitting at that wick right here. Came right down to it and did not fill me. Okay. Yeah, I agree, Mario. ES needs to break and stay above 6,600. Alzheimer, I use on Bookmaps, there's this separate indicator that I added. It's a separate purchase from Bookmaps. It's like an edition that you have to buy, but it's called Market Pulse, and it shows you like the aggressive sellers and aggressive buyers. You guys can't see it on my thing because it's literally like a separate window, but that's what tells me if buyers and sellers are stepping in. And it literally, like, it's like a barometer. It'll show, you know, the pressure gauge for how many buyers and sellers are in the market. What now? A pullback. That's what I would like. I would like a pullback of some sort. This is not like a significant pullback to me. I'd want to see a tap of like 24,090 to get this. ES, you know, I still don't love ES, but if you're looking for an entry on ES, I would probably look for like this pre-market high, retrace to like the 65.96. 65.95 would be ideal, but in terms of your stops, you know, I would say like probably above or below 93, 65.93. And then for the NASDAQ, again, 24,090, but I feel like you'd have to set a stop below the 75 level. You know, otherwise we just continue doing a little stair stepper up to heaven here.
It's a bleed up. It's a slow grinding bleed up, which is a little unusual. Well, I'll be very curious for Lumi's take when she comes on in about 30 minutes. So again, the last hour of the show today, Lumi will be joining us. Very excited to interact with her again. We loved having her on the couple days we did, and you know, she's so good. They had to go give her own darn stream, man. You know, that's
yeah, they're like, well, we need someone to, you know, not be so crazy here on Tradeify TV.
Like these 3 a.m. are fucking nut jobs. We need somebody to stabilize things a little bit.
Everyone needs a cigarette from us.
Come on, Lumi, how dare you be so good at this that they actually get ridiculous.
Oh man.
So yeah, we were happy to welcome her to the Tradeify TV team. I know they made the announcement. Rebecca's joining us as well, so stay tuned for more on that. And guys, there's more coming. There is more coming.
Oh yeah.
Man.
Let's see if we get this pullback here. They're trying to hold the 100 so far. Ooh.
Yeah, I am. This is a hurry up and wait type situation.
Yeah. And some selling pressure coming in here. Some orders sitting at 24,095 and 090. Let's see. I'm just waiting here. I want to see a little bit more confirmation before I consider a long. Ooh. See, they're trying to clear these 90. Okay, there they did. They cleared the 94s. Now they got to hold the 90s. Let's see. Dang, these sellers are really stepping in. What the hell? Okay. All right. Let's see. 90 here. Let's see if we hold. I would think 87, maybe tap into 87 and then push it back up. Let's see. I'll be watching here. I don't love the last candle. I don't love that. And depending on where this candle closes, I mean, we have about a minute left on this 5-minute. Depending on where this candle closes will very much dictate what I choose to do next. I don't like this move and then a doji candle because this tells me, you know, maybe we're getting a little exhausted to the upside. So I'll be very careful to take a long if we continue to flush below 86. Yeah, yucky indicator is in full blast right now. It's been like sounding the alarm all morning. All right, let's see. They're trying to hold these 90s, but these sellers really, these volume bars on book maps are getting a little big here. Line in the sand, bulls. What are you gonna do? Oh, lots of selling pressure coming in here on book maps. Don't.
Yeah, that's kind of a textbook reversal pattern up there if it can continue here.
They gotta hold. This is like where I would be looking to take a bounce if they didn't just flush it here. But ES looks weak. ES looks really weak.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab a short here. I'm grabbing one contract there at 87. I'm gonna set my stop up at the high real body or body candle high here at 106. So let's do a buy stop there.
I do like the shorts too.
Target is going to be. Yeah, I want a little more R to R, but I'll set my target at the +1 standard dev. Yeah, it's not the best risk reward, but
depending on where this, let's see, they're still holding. Ah, they're still holding. Those are rats. What's your entry on these shorts, Matt?
Let's see, 87.50.
I might join you on these.
I mean, it's a textbook reversal pattern at the high. In reality, I should probably be setting my stop up about 10 points, but I'm just trying to take a little something. If it's a small loss, I'll take it. But I may bring the profit target down, but it depends on how we get down here. If we just grind down here, then I'll just take it. But if we push strong, I may adjust a little bit. So now, of course, buyers want to come in. Bookmap's kind of a mess right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Look like they're trying to hold it here. I don't like that. Only line in the sand right now is this 95. I'm watching this 95 area. All right, I'm gonna try it here. I'm in at 89.75 for a short. My stop is gonna be 101. 102.25. I want to see them like flush it pretty deep here. Bookmaps needs to clear 80 as well.
Yeah, I wanted to see a flush there. I really wanted to see. I wanted to be in the green in the first couple minutes of this trade. So, not feeling great, but that's all right. I would still say I'm confident on it, but I need. We need to get below. We need to break the bottom of this candle at 83.
Yeah, this 95 here needs to hold below. Otherwise, they flip it here. They reverse it. Flip it and reverse it. Let's see. Oh, sorry, Drew. He's like, Miriam, your phone's vibrating again. Like, oopsie.
He could have typed that out every word and just to make it buzz. Miriam,
Yeah.
This is I. This is think. This is your.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the Slack notification hating part of Nick's intro for you.
Right. Yeah. All right. They might be messing with us here, Matt. So we'll see. It's kind of the moment of truth. I was also
yucky. This is yucky so far, but
yeah.
Need a flush and hold below 100.
Yeah. 97, 95
no liquidity. It's all over the place right now.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, flush it, you rats.
You rat bastards.
Rat bastards. They're gonna make us hang out on this till the end of the day, aren't they?
Yeah, no, they really are. They're like, and we'll hold it right here. This is where I expect them to kind of drop it here. Again, that 97 area is where I would expect like some sellers to start to step in here if they're serious. Otherwise, you know, they continue to fumble the ball as usual. That's right, sellers, I'm talking to you.
Yeah, if this doesn't work out, I'll join you on the bear hate.
That's fine. That's fine. All right. Let's hope this is like a bear flag setting up here on the 5-minute. Ooh, they're getting those. Let's see.
You know, but again, guys, I will tell you this reversal pattern, I'm gonna take this 10 times out of 10. If it's a crappy week and we don't follow through, I'm you know, this is something as I'm sitting here with a 50-50 likelihood, maybe a little bit of being stopped out. I'm okay with this trade. And again, this is what I talked about early on in the show, where it's you know, at the end of the day, are you staying true to your setups? And if you are, and I love this kind of candlestick reversal setup. That's it.
Yeah.
Right. Like I'll take again, if this fails, I'll take it again. Maybe not today, but I'll take it again.
Yeah, definitely not today. This is not the week for it. All right. This is setting up better than hopefully we continue below here. We are rejecting that 100 level there. So let's see if we get the follow through here. I want to see a flush below 82.
We got to see a surge down here. We got to see a surge below the 90 level. Just ticking below that's not gonna get it done.
Yeah.
We need to see active selling coming in.
Yes. Yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, I would say what's one step below cautiously optimistic? Like cautiously, slightly, maybe, possibly okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess. I don't know. Either way, they're both dead to me at this point. Still. ES trying to hold its opening range high as well. So let's see if ES gets the juice too. About 1 minute, 30 seconds left on this candle. And I think if they hold it below 100, I think they will likely push it back down here.
Sometimes you just need to take a few deep breaths. So serious. Now you miss Nick? Oh yeah, because Nick is the sorry. No, very few accents this week. We apologize. He'll be back.
$2,400 has those sellers still sitting there. Let's see. I mean, they're really just going to consolidate this for us right now, huh, Matt?
They really are. Remember what you see? We've been talking shit about the markets all week, and so they're punishing us now. Because remember we said if I'm wrong, I want to be wrong right away. And the market's like, oh yeah, motherfucker.
Oh, you want? Okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
Got you.
The market makers are hunting my one contract. They say F you in particular.
Yeah. Oh man. Come on, bulls. Give
and
up.
You know it's gonna slide up and get within like 2 points of my stop.
Literally, yeah.
And then come back down, and I'm gonna be like, all right, and then it's gonna pop up and hit it. I will say though, and between the three of us and several months of trading, and obviously you and Nick trade quite a bit more often than I do, but still, I feel like they've seen us manage almost every kind of trade at this point, right? Like we've seen trades that are like now, like slowly probably grinding up to a stop loss. They've seen us slowly grind to our profit target. We've hit our targets quick and easy. We've hit our stops quick and easy. We've had trades where we second guess, and then I feel like you guys have seen just about every type of trade out there. And like I said, I mean, honestly, am I going to be upset if this stops me out? A little bit. But guys, you can learn so much from how professional traders manage their trades, right? And I'm not just talking about us. I'm talking about people, when Lumi comes on, Rebecca comes on. Just watch how, guys, don't try to follow every single thing. Just watch how we manage the trades, right? Like, especially, guys, I'm pretty happy with my stop loss here. I'm pretty happy with my profit target. So here's my hands. Right? They're not on the mouse. They're not doing anything. I'm not adjusting a whole bunch of stuff. It's going to be what it's going to be. And I think Rip said it really good. You just go into a trade, just assume it's going to be a loss. This loss is acceptable for me, and you move on. And what will be will be. Mark Douglas talks about that too, guys. It's the work is done once your stops profit target is said. The work is done. So come on, get back below 100. You rat bastards. So if I end up with I think it ended up being a little over a $400 loss, $400 to $500. Okay, all right, get it back next week. Yeah, but we won't force it.
Yes, trying to hold below its pre-market high. Oh man. Well, I said it too. This area here holding is not helpful, but I did like the shorts. I do like this reversal pattern as well, Matt. That's why I took this short with you. And yeah, it's just not the week apparently. I mean, Trey's not.
When in doubt, just start bragging about your cars. Well, I just have one, so it's nice, but it's not a Lamborghini. I don't know. I don't know what the value of that is. Like, don't get me wrong. I am, like I say, I've said many times, somebody goes out, if that's your goal, you want to buy a bunch of cool. I'm not going to shit on anybody else's dream or goal or anything like that. But I've always found that ridiculous in this business. It's like, okay, and I get the thing, like, look, I bought all these cars, therefore I can help you make a bunch of money. Oh, okay. Like, buy my course. Right. But like, okay, if you want to show that, but that doesn't help me. Owning a Lamborghini doesn't help you become a better trader. Right. So it's a lot of it is performative in this business. Right. Like the very first people who, and I'm not going to name any names and get people pissed off, but like, about 10 to 15 years ago, like kind of where the online education business really kind of started to heat up. The very first people who started doing, like, and we joke, buy my course, do this, but started doing live trading rooms were actually people that started as travel bloggers. There's two names in particular that I'm not going to say. And so like people kind of talked about, like as soon as they pivoted to trading, and people go back and look at 3 years worth of Instagram photos, and it's like, oh, these guys must make a bunch of money. They're traveling all over the place, right? Well, that wasn't always the case, of course. In fact, one of them is trust fund, baby. Again, we're not going to get into that. So it was an easy transition, and that's kind of how some of the, at least the scammer side of education really got going. It was people, they're not going to tell you that they made a bunch of trading money and traveled, right? They're going to let you assume that even when it's not the case.
Yeah.
I'll say again, I'm just going to tell the abbreviated version. It'll take 30 seconds. But one of my favorite stories in this business was a young kid who was trust fund baby. He was like 21, 22 years old, and claimed to have, buy my course, all that stuff, right? Like had a paid stuff, but he also streamed on YouTube or Twitch. I don't remember where it was, but this was about 7-8 years ago. And he was out in his Lamborghini in the garage, like revving it and showing off for everybody. Or no, he got in the car to show it was there. I'm sorry, he didn't have the keys yet. And so he, like somebody said, oh, that's a rental. You go drive. So he's like, fine, I'm going to go get my key. I'm going to drive it around on stream. So he goes in and he puts his phone on the dash. Clearly here, and the door is open, you can see him walk into his house, and you hear him loud as day say, hey, Mom, where's Dad's keys?
Oh, no.
Oh, he got clowned.
Oh, no.
He got clowned into oblivion.
Oh, social suicide.
It really was. Yeah, it really was.
Oh, man.
Which I don't even think people would have cared if you didn't pretend. Like, just say, hey, this is my dad's car. I'm 21, 22. I'm just learning how to trade.
You're
learn
21. Like, no one's expecting. Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's,
That's crazy. Clout will get you there.
What I like about Amos, I mean, what is Amos could tell you he's a millionaire trader and all this bullshit, and I'd probably believe him, to be honest. But you know what he says? He says, my goal is to get in the live program and make a bunch of money with that. He didn't withdraw 6 figures a couple weeks ago. He took 12 grand out, which is a nice payday. Yeah. Right. Like I like the, most of the guests we have on the Rips is, I love the authenticity. Right. And listen, guys, there's always a little showmanship that goes into stuff on YouTube. Right. Like we do a little bit of that. We crack jokes. We have fun a lot of times. But guys, I do believe this industry owes people authenticity. And I think we're getting more of that because, again, it's just too easy to find out people are full of shit nowadays. But yeah, that's something I think we strive for. But again, we have we try to entertain you as well. We ask you to be here for, ideally, we'd love you to be here for the whole show. A lot of our regulars are. So I think we owe you some authenticity. We owe you a little entertainment, some fun back and forth, obviously when Nick's here, it's fun too, but that's, Mary and I are friends, but we love to snipe back and forth at each other on this show. It's fun, and
we'd probably look like we hated each other if we didn't.
It's that's what we talked about when we all met up before the stream. It's like, I remember walking away from my it's like, wow, okay, I genuinely like a lot of these people we're working with. That's nice. Not necessary per se, but nice, right? And yeah, it's a good thing. So but again, long story short, we appreciate everybody being here. We love eat what you kill. That's exactly it, NGU. That's it.
There you go.
All right, I'm getting a little green.
All right.
How close, I wasn't even watching. How close did we get on this?
Pretty damn close. I had my stop at 106.
And my stop is 106.25, so 4 ticks away from.
Your stop is 106.25? That's literally where I have my stop.
Yeah. Well, it's the real body high of the previous candle before entry. So.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, we got really close to that. Let's see if 24,080 clears and then 24,070. What's your target on these, Matt?
I've got it set just below this standard dev band. I'll be honest with you, I don't typically move my profit target, but if we dip into this band and start to pop up, I'm gonna chase it up there and just, if I book $200 or $300 at this point, I'm happy on this trade, right? Yeah. So it's gonna be what it's gonna be. It's
yeah. I'm probably gonna move my stop if this starts reversing. ES is right to its VWAP level, so it does need to clear that level. NASDAQ is kind of at a key area. I kind of mentioned this like 75 zone, 80 levels. So I want to see the flush here. I'm probably going to move my stop, honestly, to, I'm going to move it to 99.25. So I'm taking about a 10-point risk on this in case we do pop back up. But honestly, I don't want to see it clear like 95. So I'm giving it a little bit of room, but you know, this is where they need to continue it further. ES, like I said, is coming right into its VWAP level. So we need to clear that level and get more traction down.
Yeah, this candle to me is the one. I need this candle to close below the low of this formation. So I really need this candle to close below, let's see, where are we at here? About 82. I'd really like it to close below 80. If it does not, I will probably start playing defense on this trade. And maybe if it moves back in the red, just take $100 or $200 loss at that point. Again, you know, my entry candle is here. I need to see this formation broken, which means I need this candle to close below. Because if it doesn't, this would be yet another rejection of this level.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 95 again is that level I'm looking for us to reject if we do get back up there.
The liquidity favors us right now, though. I mean, there is some liquidity stacked up between 60 and 70. So if they decide they want to go get that, we're in good shape. But it's not huge liquidity. I mean, we're talking 20, 30, 40 contracts at a few different places. The heavyweight is up at like 450 and 150 and 175. But I don't think we're. I mean, that's, I don't know. There's some weight down at 24.015, but those are far enough away. I'm not sure we can use those as some sort of barometer. Yeah, this is not at all what I wanted to see on this candle here, guys.
Yeah.
Got to let it close, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, my stop sitting at 99.25. So let's see. Literally right at the top of that. The last two candles. Yeah, don't love that. Don't love that. Don't love that. See if they Stellar step in here at 95.
Yeah, if they push it back above 100, we're going back to highs.
What a wonky day.
It is wonky.
Wonky schwonky. Yeah, NASDAQ is holding that 80 level.
Yeah, I'm not moving my stop, though. I'm going to keep it where it's at.
This is where I want to see them reject it.
Come
this
on,
is literally the level.
You rat bastards.
You rat bastards. Reject it. Reject it and clear the 90s again. That's what I want to see. ES held VWAP pretty much to the tick there.
Beep up.
Beep up.
I'm gonna hear that shit in my sleep now.
I know. We got Lumi getting ready to join us here in a bit.
Hell yes.
So whenever Drew gives us the go or Lumi is ready to go, we'll bring her on as well.
I like we're holding below 100. I mean, that's...
Yeah, this 90 though is going to be tricky. Again.
Yeah, it's unfortunately I was playing for a flush and apparently played for the bot, like right into the range here.
You and me both, Matt. Yeah. I was looking for the same thing.
Well, again, like oh yeah, my screen is up. Let me just highlight, guys. I want to just highlight these. Where's my? I can never remember where the fucking rectangle is here. There it is. Guys, this is one of the best candle reversal patterns that you'll see, right? Push up, rest candle, hesitation candle, strong engulfing candle down. I know it's not technically engulfing the last, but you get what I'm saying. And follow through here. Usually, again, I'm not saying this would go to lows. We weren't playing for lows, but it's, I mean, guys, we can back test it, but this is a strong pattern for a breakdown. Now, maybe we still do, and it just needed to gear up a little bit. But I will tell you, this pattern and invert it on the downside, I'm trading this pattern 10 times out of 10. Right, this is a clear, not only the Bulls giving up momentum, but the Bears seizing it. And now again, what a shock, lack of follow through, right? But don't, again, and I saw somebody in the pattern in the chat say, well, I'm in a position because my system says to be. Great, that's what you need to do. So this pattern I'm going to trade every time, especially in a market where I was not quite buying the fact that we were going to scream to I knew we made new all-time highs, but scream significantly higher, a 0.75%, 1% up, all that, considering the markets have been very hesitant to commit to anything this week. So it's a mean reverting play with a strong candlestick pattern. Guys, this could stop me out right now and happen 10 minutes later. I'll take it again. Well, it'd be 15 minutes, but yeah, 5-minute reversal pattern. This is a 15-minute. This is beautiful. I'll take this 10 times out of 10. Love it.
Yeah, I do like it as well. I mean, we are respecting those levels as well, but yeah, we'll see. Hopefully this trade doesn't edge us too long, but we're gonna get Lumi. She's waiting in the background very patiently, so we're gonna get her on, and hopefully she's ready. So Drew, let us know.
Or just bring her on.
Just bring her on. Yeah,
let's go.
There she is.
Lumi.
Hi, Lumi. Oh, I think you're muted.
Muted.
Yeah, my bad. I'm so sorry. Yeah, hello, guys. Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
Visit nice.
Okay.
As always, on gold. I mean, like, of course.
Nice. Awesome.
Yeah, I patiently was waiting for setup. Enter the trade. Immediately went in my favor. So, amazing. Look at my exit again, guys.
Must be nice. That's all I'm saying.
Must be nice.
We are just nice.
We're just being edged by our trade right now.
There we go. Let's go.
Like sniper exit, but so far to the tick.
Oh, yeah. Man.
So, Lumi, how's your first week on Tradeify TV been?
So far, so good. PM session was choppy, but overall, every single setup that we were looking for play out. Just took forever, but I love it. PM session is nice.
That's great. Is that like, are you used to trading that session, or is this kind of like a new?
Not really. I was trying to trade like, I guess May, April. Then I stopped like at all because June, July was kind of crazy for me. But right now, slowly going. Yeah, it's nice.
That's good. Okay, we like that. Yeah. Well, we're looking at these trades right now to help us. Hopefully they'll follow through with us. They're starting to kind of look a little bit better. But what are anything you're seeing right now on either ES or the Nasdaq?
Let's see. Yeah, there is a chance to see the retracement lower because we have SMT at highs between ES and NQ. So basically, ES failed to make new high. So there is a chance to see drop, but honestly, I wouldn't look for short until we break this low. Like below 0.75, I may consider potential lower move to 0.20. But right now, I feel like it's still, especially in NQ, looks a bit more bullish. Yeah, look at this 30-minute chart. We're just spacing for a value gap. I don't know. I feel like it's a bit more bullish. Yeah.
Now that's
now you tell us, Lumi.
My bad.
Oh no, you're fine.
Yeah. I agree with you, Lumi. It's not like there's lack of follow through right now with the Bears. I mean, we're still in this trade trying to get this short. ES definitely has a little bit more of that potential.
Yeah, I agree with ES.
Yeah. But Nasdaq's still holding some key levels. We're getting some like bottom wicks as well. So, I mean, kind of both, right, Matt? Like we're getting top wicks, we're getting bottom wicks. Like, this is
been within a few points of PT and a few ticks of
guys. Guys. I guess the rule number one in trading: don't short at all-time high. I mean, I learned my mistakes. This is what I'm trying to do.
It almost seemed to be working on ES for a while, shorting these all-time highs, but now it's ES had a strong move to the upside yesterday. So, it's this is rough. This is a little rough right now.
Yeah, I just I blew my accounts trying to short at all-time high. I learned my lesson.
I need to get slapped a few more times apparently before I learn that lesson, but that's all right.
Yeah. Same.
So I might consider short below 0.75 on NQ, but Probably not, just not right now.
Yeah, that's pretty much the level that I've been looking at as well.
Yeah.
078, like pretty much the 80 level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 75, I see that level as well. But oh man, yeah, they're
But
gonna make
yeah,
us work for it.
at least ES looks a bit more bearish, so maybe it will
Mhm.
help NQ to drop.
Yeah, kind of what we're hoping
But
on.
yeah. I can
Otherwise,
put some magnets for you guys, but I'm
that'd
not
be
going
great.
to promise anything.
That would be really helpful. Yeah, get us all
Yeah.
the good vibes we need.
Where is your target, guys? Oh, 65? Oh, you're looking for scalp just. Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking. Well, I want a deep flush. I want it to just like go to the lows. That would be great. So if you can put your magnet like all the way to 0 on the Nasdaq, that would be ideal.
You don't mind, right?
No,
Okay,
no,
okay.
Fear to Flow say you have faith the trade's going to work out. I see. I appreciate what you're saying, and there's still a very good possibility we get down there. But it's not about faith. It's about I put my stop loss in where I think it's an acceptable stop loss. I put my profit target in, and I accept
agree with
whatever the
you.
outcome is going to be. Right? Like so.
Yeah, exactly. So
We talk through this, guys, because again, we need to entertain you a little bit, and it is kind of fun to shit talk the market sometimes. But in all honesty, guys, from the trade standpoint, I am 1,000% accepted of any outcome at this point, and it's fine. But yeah, Mary and I are gonna rant and rave a little bit just because we want to keep you guys entertained and engaged a little bit. But yeah, no, it's fine, guys. You're gonna take losses. I mean, Rip said, Amos both said this week, no system's 100%. Like I said, I love that reversal pattern. I'll trade it again in an hour if it's there. But it is what it is. Not every trade works out. If there was a 100% thing in the markets, guys, if there was a pattern that worked 100% of the time, none of the three of us would be on this stream. We'd be off trading it and making millions. But yeah, guys, it's cool. There's no.
yeah,
no
exactly,
problem.
guys. Yeah, if you see your model, you must execute this. So this is how you build your edge, right? So no matter how it's going to go, like loss, win, still execute this. Practice.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're just kind of playing around with both. A lot of indecision right now. A lot of indecision on the Nasdaq, I would think. We're just kind of boxing in between like the 100 and the 77 area. So definitely need to see some follow through either direction at this point because they're not doing anything. They're not doing anything.
Yeah, boring.
ES looks definitely more weaker than the Nasdaq. It's below its opening range high. It is below the 9 EMA and the VWAP level right now. Right now, we are kind of like testing this opening print on ES, breaking it right now. But I would target on ES if I was short 65.85, which honestly I should have just shorted ES than the Nasdaq.
I agree with your level. Exactly.
So we'll see. See what they both want to do at this point. Look at this range on the Nasdaq since like we pretty much got it.
Yeah.
I will say we're printing NR7 candles left and right, which means we should have a big breakdown or breakout at some point fairly soon. And now again, it's this week, so it could be an hour from now. But that usually when we see, I think on the 3-minute we've printed 3 of 4. On the 5-minute, hold on just a second, we have printed 2 of 3. How about on the 1-minute? It's probably quite a few. I don't know, just 2 of 4. So for those, we don't talk about. I don't talk about it a ton. NR7 means narrow range 7 candle, guys. It's built in every platform. You can throw it up if you want, and it operates under the principle. I mean, there are trading strategies off it, but it operates under the principle of price action contraction leads to price action expansion, which does happen 100% of the time. It's just finding out the time frame that it's working on is where we can develop our edge. But in theory, when an NR7 candle prints, it means it has a smaller range top to bottom than at least the previous 7 candles. All right. So the theory being, and they've done back tests and lots of studies on this. There's NR4 candles and NR7 candles. I think there might be NR13 as well. But it's so basically what it means is in theory, when we start stacking those 2 of 3, 3 of 4, 6 of 7, something like that, we're contracting so much that we're just overdue for an expansion at that point. Now, it's like every indicator; it doesn't work 100% of the time. But I think I don't think we're going to get more than another candle or 2 of consolidation, and then we're going to have to make up our minds.
Yeah. Yep. Let's see. Oh, Lumi, how's your week been?
Oh, like so far so good. Pretty much just took on one losing trade, so I'm doing so well.
That's great. Yeah.
Trading gold, of course. Yeah.
No Nasdaq for you this week, or
I took NQ trade. It was 2 days ago. Got like 30 points. It was for power hour. Wasn't
okay,
bad, but yeah,
nice.
could be better. So mostly trade gold once again. Pre-market, AM session, Asia. So for example, yesterday in Asia got 2 longs, 2 wins.
Nice.
Today I was, by the way, today I was trying to short gold. I got break even. Then I got win. So it's okay. So I'm doing well.
Well, on a week like this, I mean, it sounds like you did a lot better than a lot of traders this week. I mean, it's been, we were talking about having a lot of data, and it's just it doesn't look like a data week. It feels like a completely different week. So,
Yeah, for our chart on NQ, it's still hard for me because it's chopped and it's slowly going higher just on for our chart. Even like looking at structure, I wouldn't enter like at all because it's kind of hard to read the price action on NQ, especially in high time frame. Like when draw seems obvious, but since what day they were trying to take all-time high? Like for a week, they were trying to take all-time high and always reversed, and reversed from to nowhere. I'm like, it's not for me.
yeah,
Not going to even touch this.
yeah, it's been an interesting week for sure. I mean, that's really the
Yeah.
best way I can describe it. Lord. So you would be waiting for the 75 level on the Nasdaq to have some more confirmation for any shorts then.
Yeah, I believe, like ES is still bearish. I would like to see 84.50. So I hope NQ will start dropping soon as well. But yeah, need to see this break of 075 level. At this point, we can get shift in structure. So at this point, we can drop back to old 20s.
Yeah.
Somewhere 025, somewhere there. So, but right now, I just don't want to even look for any trades there. It's not really bullish. I mean, I cannot find long opportunity, but at the same time, no shorts. Just ugly chop.
Yeah, so much chop. This is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
We have a question. What is our target at 070? It's not target, it's swing low on 2-minute chart, on 1-minute chart, 075. So once it's broken, we can get shift in structure to downside. So let's see. Like as you can see, I highlighted this on my chart. 075 level. It's swing low, basically on 5-minute chart, on 3-minute chart, on 2-minute chart. Everywhere.
Yeah.
Let's see. If it's going to be broken, so it can be a potential short opportunity for me, all the way down to these lows.
Yeah, respecting this downward trend line here on the 1 minute on NASDAQ. I don't know if you guys can see my charts, but this is kind of what I'm looking at. I have my stop sitting like a little above 10 points, probably like, what is that, 12 points or so. So holding so far to the downside, but Matt, we need to see this. This is just ridiculous. Yeah, I should have taken it. Yes.
They're sweating us
yeah,
out.
Yes,
man.
way
They really
better.
are.
Yeah. I do think if we get the flush here, we'll see out. I'm really targeting this opening range high at 65. I want to see 65 here.
Your level makes lots of sense to me as well. 065, 066 to be more specific. But yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty much where that opening range is. So let's see. All right. Are we going to do it here? Trying to clear these orders at 80. We have orders at 75 and 70 on bookmap.
Yeah, needs to break this 075. So bad. So bad.
Get down here. Do it. Do it now. Get down.
Yeah.
We need the yucky indicator to turn right up now, Miriam.
Man, they are holding this level. Damn, they're just relentlessly holding it.
Which in theory, the good news is this many rejections of an area. If it pops, it's gonna go. But again, this is this week.
It's Friday. We don't have any important news anymore. So yeah.
Yeah, they're going to start turning ahead to the FOMC if they haven't already in terms of things to look forward to. So yeah, good times, good times.
Yeah, great times.
Look at gold. I mean, like, it's amazing.
What's gold doing?
Doing so nice. Just reverse from my exit to the tick.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So, you know, I wasn't like really interested in shorting, especially after 10. But what I expected to get, like, with still inside bullish trend on gold, I believe in this. But we never actually got like solid retracement lower after we got pump at 8:30 a.m. And as I said, like sometimes trades against the trend make sense. Simply retrace lower to offer perfect long opportunity from discount, like from lower prices. So that's why I decided to give it a try. Once again, I didn't expect, like to get huge drop because market is still bullish, but I'm happy with this trade. Like we're all solid.
That's awesome. Yeah. Especially on a Friday too. Like, that's always the best. Do you have any plans this weekend, Lumi?
You know, like we have my kids
photo
have,
shoots?
like hockey classes tomorrow all day for kids. Maybe like I will go on the beach on Sunday.
Ooh, love that.
Yeah, we'll have to go to Kennedy Space Center.
Oh,
Yeah, maybe we'll go there.
nice.
Yeah,
That sounds like a time.
yeah.
All right, let's see if we can clear the 75 here. Trying to fill some of those orders. We did clear the 80s. I want to see 75 clear here on book maps. Fucking rats. I'm so fucking over them. Like, I'm like literally just like, why? Yeah. All right, they're holding. They're holding. Still
Yes,
underneath
break
my still underneath my stop level here. Really, that level is going to be 96, 97. I mean, we're not there now, but we could try to hold here. See if they.
I put some magnets for you at 065.
I appreciate that, Lumi.
Yeah, should offer some speed.
That's excellent
Thank you for the
teamwork
good
right there. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, slow.
Mm-hmm. What is YM doing? Do you trade YM or have you traded YM in the past, Lumi?
I would try because once again, in hindsight, YM looks amazing, beautiful. In real time,
it's different.
Yeah. Yeah. Trying to stay away for now.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, ES is still looking good for a downside move on ES. I mean, there are these like little wicks that we need to fill to the downside. All right, let's see if they clear it here. 70 is going to be that next final boss if we can clear 75. It's really that stack liquidity. And then 65 will be that next area as well. So let's see. What a day. What a day.
Yep. Definitely ready for this to be done.
All right,
Trying to break 075. Come on.
Yep.
Just go to 066 or 65.
Yay, that would be nice. All right, I'm going to move my stop a little above break even here. Moving it to 96. So taking about literally like 5 points of risk on this. All right, let's freaking go now. Let's see, 70 here needs to clear, and then 65. I will take one contract off. That's 65. 81. I'll do it at 66. 25. So I have one order sitting there right now.
Come on, break it.
For real.
Some magnets. Yeah.
Isn't this so annoying?
Yeah. I always hate it so much. Yeah.
So we are pushing below the standard dev band. So I am going to drop my stop down, not to break even, but to the top of the prior candle up at 91. If we reject the -1 standard dev and bounce, we're probably going back to high. So I'm gonna mitigate some risk there.
I was just, as you were saying that, like thinking, I just moved my stop to 88. So I'm gonna take about like a 1 point risk. I mean, not even risk. I'm not taking any risk on this now. This is 1 point break even in here. Because right now, if they start moving it back up, like this is not it, guys. This is not it.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. I'm looking at the combination of where we are in the charts in relation to VWAP, and I'm looking at there's layered liquidity underneath on Bookmap, which means if they're not going to go get that now, they're going to bounce 20 to 30 points to gear up to come down and get that. If that, the thing about liquidity is that's just one side. The market maker has to have orders to fill that, right? Like if there's buys at 70, if nobody's selling, those orders don't get filled.
Right.
So
exactly.
what you will often see when you see, not always, of course, nothing 100%, but you will often see areas of liquidity on the chart that if they can't be taken out pretty quickly, you'll see price action run away from there, go 20, 30 handles, collect the orders that it needs, then go back down. It's the analogy I use is like you're trying to break down a door. Sometimes if you can't just kick it down, you got to take a few steps back and get a running start and put your shoulder into it. So that's essentially what they're doing at that point. So,
yep.
All right, so we got another push below the band. So I'm going to be with you, Miriam. I'm going to drop my stop to basically to break even. So we'll risk off on the trade, which is nice. Yeah. After all that, we're risk off.
Yeah.
So,
after all that.
You know, this would be the most thing for this week is for us to get a break-even trade on all of this fucking bullshit that we've been dealing with for now 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 minutes. Oh my God.
Yeah, this is
absolutely
nuts. Back to
3-minute candle closed again above 075.
Yeah.
What is going on?
Disgusting. Buying pressure is starting to pick up here on the NASDAQ as well. I'm going to actually, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to set one stop here and another stop at 86. So that's what we're doing.
Yeah, I don't like multiple candle wicks punching below the band and then heading back up. So honestly, I don't even care at this point if I'm break even. Now that we're break, I don't even care. I just want out of this fucking trade. I really do.
That's how it feels.
It really does. It really does.
It's just like, okay, we're going to do this. Then take me out of the trade completely. Like, this is just outrageous. 86.25. There we go. Or 50. Yeah. Well, at least we're not ending a Friday on a red day.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Rolls eyes really hard. They break 85 here, they're gonna probably take it.
Yeah, I mean, if they're going to bounce back to highs, this is the area to do it. And you start to see, you're almost about to see the exact opposite pattern develop. If this pushes up and takes out the stop, you're seeing a pattern develop, which is the exact opposite of the one that caused me to get into the trade, right?
Yeah.
So it's a reversal pattern, and it's at a key area on the chart, which means the trade idea is dead at that point. If it confirms, I mean, we got 346 left on this candle. But the fact that we had two tests below -1 or +1 standard deviation and could not hold, that's about it for me. All right, I'm out there, guys. Break even.
Yeah, they took one of my stops. They're trying to take my next one, so probably going to at this point. 88.50 is where I have that stop. Those freaking rats.
Now, again, somebody will say, well, why don't, and honestly, a long probably is a decent play here, but now what you got to do is punch through all that bullshit between 90 and 100, right? I mean, we basically spent, again, over a half hour trapped for the most part in that area. So at this point, I just don't know that there's any momentum left at least right now. Now, maybe an hour from now, 10 minutes from now, or again, maybe it goes to the moon now and makes me look stupid, but I feel like there needs to be a new piece of information at some point to change what the markets are doing right now, because the markets have made a move up. They corrected a little bit of that move, and they have not been able to do anything since.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. Interesting. ES left equal lows lower, so it makes sense to drop on ES lower. I know YNQ is struggling with this move lower, but I believe it should go to 066.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if they're going to take my stop, they better take it here, because at this point not making any lower, moves here on the Nasdaq. This is where I would have expected like the 9 EMA to reject here, like pretty much where my stop is sitting. That's where I would expect the rejection. Which they're trying. They're really trying. But
ES needs to drop 3 more points.
yeah, ES was the move, honestly. ES was the move. Because even like looking at where we entered on the Nasdaq, I mean that level on ES was like probably sitting around 65.94, and then Nasdaq barely moved anything. Now we're about 10 points or so. We got about 10 points down from that initial move. So on ES, that would have been a good move on ES. All right, stop me out and just run up to 150 now on Nasdaq, because this is just insane.
Yeah.
All right. There it is. All right. All right. Got stopped out of that. Making sure all my orders are gone. Nice. A whopping $78.
Wow.
Don't spend it all at once.
I will try not to.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So Mary, what are you doing this weekend?
What am I doing this weekend? Honestly, I feel like these past few weekends have just been so busy, like running around everywhere. I mean, shoot, in like the span of a month, I was in like 3 different states. So yeah, I'm ready to just honestly not do anything. That's what I'm ready for.
There you go.
Probably I'm not a nap taker. I don't usually take a lot of naps, but I might take a nap or two.
I will say I'm not typically either, but like when you don't nap regularly, but then you hit one every now and then, boy, that hits good, doesn't it?
Oh yeah. It's like you wake up and you're just like, wow.
You're like, what day is
I
it?
can do anything. Yeah.
I'm sitting like,
did I sleep for 20 minutes or 20 hours?
What is this? What?
Yeah, exactly.
What is nap like with 2 kids?
Yeah.
Explain this to me. Yeah. What's
like,
it talking about?
Hello,
nap,
old friend.
Yeah.
Funny. Oh man, all right, we're getting the buying pressure coming in here.
Yes, left equal loss lower as well.
Coming into VWAP here. Let's see if they reject here on yes. Otherwise, they continue. Probably to 92, I would assume would be the next target here on ES. Nasdaq just a freaking rager right now. It's crazy.
As I said, pretty big chance to drop below 0.75. Just need to close below this level. We never closed. We just swept it.
Yeah. Yep, very true. Still, those sellers sitting at 24,100 on NQ as well. Schrodinger. That's like 5 PSLs. Yeah. I'm so excited to get my pumpkin spice. Are you a pumpkin spice fan? Do you like those?
But not really. My kids love it because like lots of sugar there, but I'm not. Yeah, it's not for me.
Yeah. We were talking about that earlier on the stream. So we can get a few of those if we really need to, but I don't know. It doesn't even feel like how's the weather been in Florida? Is it feeling like fall right now, or is it still kind of warm?
But it's not that hot, which is good. Like it's hard to compare with South Florida because in South Florida it's hard to survive like this month. But right now it's pretty like nice, so I can go outside and walk with my kids. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a little wonky here in California. Like yesterday looked like it was about to rain and I was so excited. I was like, I'm over this heat. I need some bad weather for a little bit. Ooh, let's see what they do at this 100 area here. Are they going to clear it? This is also a key area on ES to clear right into VWAP in the 9 EMA. So potential rejection on both futures right now.
You know, it's a beautiful long setup off the +1 standard deviation. I'm not gonna, I make it a habit. I don't reverse positions. So I'm already in a short based off the prior pattern. Had this, obviously now in hindsight, I wish this big candle had been a little, the 11 a.m. candle had been a little not as bearish, because I probably would have waited for the drift down at that point. Again, still a pattern I'll trade 10 times out of 10. And this is actually a really nice pattern bouncing off that. But yeah, I'm ready for this week to be done. Honestly,
well, it's interesting really too. Like, yeah, me too. I look at, like you look at these candles when you're reading them. This is why it's hard when you're not like actually seeing the session happen in front of you. Like when you're just looking at a chart that's static and the move has already happened, it's so easy to go back and be like, oh yeah, like that makes sense. But when you look back, like, I mean, even the trade that we took, Matt, I'm with you. I would take this trade left and right, because when you look at this doji that we put in, this topping candle, and then we came back with a bearish move to the downside here. I mean, this was still like, even this candle right here at 8:15 or 8:15 my time, but this candle right here, we made a nice topping candle. So if you didn't see any of these afterwards, you would make the assumption that we were reversing. And for me, this is also a good sign. We made a little bit of a reversal halfway, 50% retracement of this candle. So that's the first sign. Obviously with this one, we had another wick up, but then we, quickly came back down and closed below. Now it's like, you got to look at key levels, right? And we were talking about this 80 level. We were talking about the 75, 70 area. We just couldn't quite clear it. So that's another thing with, like, when you're in a position, you guys saw us both. We're talking through this whole position. I mean, we got in. When we get in on this, we were in this trade for what, like 30 minutes?
Over 30 minutes, yeah.
And we were talking through it the whole time. We're like, all right, I have my stop here. Okay, I don't want to see it get above this area. We're talking through what in terms of like executing the trade looks like, right? And for now, right, that's important, because you have to look at both sides. You have to, find the objectiveness between like both the buyers and the sellers, right? What would buyers try to do? What would sellers try to do? Which is why for me, I was adjusting my stop, because I'm like, well, I don't want to see them run it back up here. Oh, but they are holding this level. So you got to kind of like, as you're entering a trade, it's also about managing the trade, right? Like looking at what could possibly go wrong in this scenario. And yes, we had a risk tolerance, we had a risk sets, but at the same time, I was like, I'm not willing to take this full risk in case they run it back up. I'd rather just get out of the trade sooner, which is what I did. So, for me right now, I'm like, they're coming basically back down below where either of us would have entered. But again, this is not the chop zone that I want to see. I would rather, to Lumi's point, wait for them to actually clear a certain level at this point and then enter in, because that's when you can get the potential follow through. You're seeing right now, no one is deciding on what move to make, right? The bulls are taking over, the bears keep taking over. It's like we're literally in a box. We're in a chop zone. So until we can clear either direction, this is kind of what I'm looking at. This is literally like the area I'm looking for them to break. So we'll see. I mean, we'll see what they end up doing. Right now, I'm happy with the trade that I took in terms of managing it, in terms of, even though came out with a very basically break even on that trade. It's just the indecision aspect, like the part where you just feel like, all right, stop me out or make the move, because I'm just sick of being in this trade at this point. So that's how I felt being in this. And yeah, we're just going to have to wait now. Part of it is just waiting. Watch them just run it down now, Matt. This is just...
Come on, there's break 75.
The 75 and then the 70s right now have some buyers sitting there too. Look above and fail. We didn't even actually get to 100 on that candle. 99.50 was the high of that previous candle on the 5-minute. ES still, this is the point where I was mentioning we either take out this VWAP level or reject it. Right now we are rejecting. So shorts are still in play. It's just not a clean move.
Nothing. It hasn't been clean most of the day. So why start now?
Always happens with me. Break even, then go to my TP. I love it.
Yeah. Always.
Yesterday, 2 times. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Perfect day yesterday.
It's like they know. Coming back to the 70 area again. Let's see.
Truly believe ES needs to drop, so I believe we're going to drop on NQ as well. 066 is absolutely amazing level.
So are you looking to enter anything in the event?
No, not really. I don't want to touch on Friday at 12 p.m. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, getting into the lunch hour too sometimes gets a little tricky. And they are just chopping everyone up. I'm telling you, if you're trading options, I'm so sorry, because it's just especially on Friday.
Horrible. They're eating premiums left and right.
Five-minute chart looks solid to drop right now on NQ.
Oh my god, Lumi, it looks horrible. It's just, I mean, look at like the 30-minute too, like the 30-minute on both. Look at ES's 30-minute. It just looks terrible. Yeah. 15-minute looks even worse. I want to know in the chat, how's the chat doing, guys? How are you guys doing today with your trades? Is anyone currently in a trade? Shout out if you're long, short, flat on the day, going and getting a massage, taking a nap.
Maybe all of the above.
Yeah. Real Tony Smith is green. Nice. Simple Trading Strategies is short. Yeah, it's like you can argue both sides at this point. Short on ES. Nice. Plays with Fire made $2,500 in their funded account today. Nice. Congrats. Short NQ from the high. Green on the day. Nice, PMP. I should be done for the day. Yes. If that's the inner monologue you're having with yourself, then absolutely.
In 5-minute chart, we have SMT, we have double sweep on 5 once again. We just picked in 5-minute inversion, so I don't see like a reason not to take right now 066.
Yeah, I agree. I also said that like an hour ago.
But hey, I'm not in this trade, so
yeah, that's another thing is like, when you are waiting on these levels and you're just watching, you're like, oh, thank God I'm not stuck in this chop.
Yes, exactly. Hate it so much.
Yeah, like being patient is one thing, and like that's one of the boring things of trading. You just gotta freaking wait, and that's not always fun, but it's less fun to be in a trade that's not doing anything for you. Let's see, how's Tesla doing? Oh wow, Tesla made a nice move up today. Dang.
Oh, by the way, did you see new design of iPhone?
The new design?
Yeah.
I think they're coming out with like an Air, and then there's.
It looks ugly.
Oh, I don't know if I saw it. I think I saw like a quick glimpse of it, but I didn't like. Is it look that much different from the other ones?
Yes.
Yeah, they added kind of a mid-tier that's really, really thin, apparently. So We'll see.
They added a what that's thin?
Like you were talking about the phones, right?
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Yeah, so like they're adding like a mid-tier phone between the regular phone and the Pros, which is the Air.
Yeah.
So they're kind of lining up. It sounds like their iPhone language and products with like the iPads. So you have a regular, an Air, which is a little more advanced, and then the Pro, which is like super advanced. So that's what they're doing with the phones now. They have this really thin one, the Air. I don't know. I got a new one last year, so I got at least 2 or 3 years before I need to upgrade.
Well, I hear a lot of people are saying just wait until next year's because this one's not much different from like especially
they never are anymore. They really aren't. And honestly, I'm content to wait the apparent 3 to 4 years till they got a foldable. So
right, that's what they were saying.
They said they're going to do fold in 2026, so basically next year. Oh yeah, we're gonna see.
Apple made a nice move up, filled its gap. Actually, Apple has some good, Apple's really good in terms of gap plays. If you're someone who likes playing gaps, Apple typically tends to fill its gaps. So this is actually a really nice move from Wednesday. We had a gap down and then now we filled it up. So we'll see if Apple is kind of stalling at the gap end here. So let's see if it continues further. If anyone trades Apple, that's kind of what I see here. We had a gap within a gap. That's interesting. I don't know why every time I type in NQ, it doesn't go to my chart. Oh, man. All right, getting the buying pressure coming in here on NASDAQ. Let's see, 24,095 is that same level that we need to clear. These buying wicks on the 15-minute are really ugly. Yeah, based off the 15-minute right now, I would expect a push higher. I would expect a push up through 114 on the NASDAQ. Considering, of course, you know, where this candle closes, this first candle here on the 15-minute. But if we do close pretty much at like 96, 95 area, which we're kind of tapping into right now, we're starting to clear those orders. We can close above that. I think the next candle has a good chance of clearing these highs. Oh yeah, lots of buying pressure coming in here.
Yeah.
Clear the 100s. They should clear the 100s now. There we go. Lots of buying pressure. Big volume bars coming in. There we go. Right into 100 here. Let's see.
By the way, I saw Project X is coming this weekend.
Correct.
It's so nice. Such a nice news. Such a nice news.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try this.
Have you used Project X before?
Yeah, I used to. I used this one last year, but I still like. It's like 50-50 to me because it's hard to trade at the same time. For example, it was Top Step, but it wasn't for me because when I stopped trading this because I had to execute on Ninja Trader and on Top Step X at the same time. It was crazy. So yeah, it was hard. But for streams, I believe I'm going to come back to Project X again.
Nice.
But we'll try this. It's much easier for me because I don't know why I cannot share my Ninja Trader here. I was trying to share my screen on Ninja Trader.
Oh, it
doesn't
working?
work. Yeah, I'm just going to stream on Project X every day, so it's going to be easier. Yeah, for me. Wait, I'm gonna buy this.
Yeah, it's big news. I know a lot of people were excited about it, you know, in our chat. When Project X, and yeah, we're going to be hopefully rolling that out this weekend. So there will be some emails coming out. If you guys are not part of the Discord, make sure that you join the Discord as well so you can get informed with any future drops. So yay. I know I haven't had a chance of trying Project X yet, but I feel like a lot of people speak pretty highly of it. So
it's pretty much still TradingView, so basically you're executing on TradingView. Yeah, that's why people love it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's charting is basic. It uses TradingView basic charts, but again, and the risk management tools I think are really, really nice. Is it something a 5, 6, 10 year trader is going to use a lot? Probably not. But for newer traders, especially if you have a history of revenge trading and tilting and not locking up profit when it's there, you can be your own risk manager, and you can assign. I highly encourage assigning the liquidate and block to hitting your daily profit target, $100, $500, $1,000, whatever it is. And then sometimes it's frustrating when it hits. You're like, oh, I still want to trade. Well, you locked it in. So risk management tools are so, I mean, a lot of platforms have them, but they're so simple and easy to use in Project X.
Yeah. I will buy, I guess, 150K account to try this. By the way, guys, what kind of size you like to trade? Like 50K, 100K, 150K? Which one you prefer?
Yeah, no, that's a good question. I kind of like the sweet Goldilocks middle. Usually I'll go for like the 100K. I think a 50K is still pretty good. I mean, if you're still starting out, obviously as a first-time trader, you shouldn't be trading the minis. I would advise against trading the minis and just trading micros, right? You can make a lot of money trading the micros. I know, Lumi, you trade micros.
Yes.
I've made a lot of money trading micros as well. So 50K, I think, for new traders is a good spot, but I like the 100K.
Yeah, I have some funded with 50K, but for now, I feel like I have most of 150K. So I'm going to try 150K as well.
I think for newer traders, you almost have to go with the 50 though, because the ratio of what you can lose versus what you can make is most friendly there. So like for example, I've just pulled them up to make sure I'm familiar with it, but so like a growth account, profit target 3,000, trailing max drawdown 2,000, right? For the advanced, obviously same thing, 3,000, 2,000. So whereas like for 100K, it's 6,000 versus 3,000. So you got to make 2 to 1. Whereas it's 1.5 to 1 with the 50K. So I think that, and to be fair, the 50Ks I think are designed a little more for newer traders. But again, they all, if you know what you're doing, they'll all get you where you're trying to go. So I don't think there's any bad options there.
Yeah.
All right, 15-minute opened above this little box that we had here on NASDAQ. So holding above 100 now, I mean, honestly, I would target this 110 level and then all-time, or the session highs, which is all-time highs. Getting a lot of buying pressure coming in here now, again. Testing this trend line, I'll move that. Bids are coming in. If sellers are going to try to reject it one last time, this would be the level. Otherwise, get out of the way and just let these bulls go.
Yeah. Yes, leaving this equal lows, maybe for Monday.
Yeah. Guys, just another announcement here. Make sure you guys also understand that we're going to have the Tradeify TV versus the chat live tournament, and there will be giveaways right after the stream. If you guys don't know already, we're still continuing the gaming showdown. So it's going to be the staff versus the community. There's going to be up to $2 million or more in capital for accounts up for grabs for you guys. So make sure you are, going to be on that stream. It's going to be exclusive to that stream, those giveaways. There's going to be obviously some tournament updates, chat interaction, all the hype that you guys can possibly see coming up after the stream. So make sure you guys are tuning into that if you guys are in the gaming community and interested.
Wow, interesting.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Me too. Oh, Lord.
Okay, for the last like 1 hour, absolutely nothing happened.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a lot of nothing. But that's all right.
Friday.
Thank fuck it's Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, this reversal, this is the level I would be looking. I don't typically do like supply resistance on the 5-minute, or supply demand, but this is the level. This is the level they need to clear here. You guys can see they're trying to reject this basing candle right here. Obviously, we got a nice move up and then a basing candle and then a drop. So this is the level they need to clear, which is 24,105. Call it even like 24,107. And then move back to the upside, but we'll see. We'll see if this gets reoffered. Yeah. Gosh, both sides kind of suck right now. Drop City. What if you're not a gamer? You can still join. You can still be part of the team, the chat. You know, you can still trash talk if you want.
That's the best part.
Politely.
I'll pop in after I go outside and touch some grass. Literally. Please cut it.
Yeah, you're gonna cut the grass.
Yeah, Mike, you can still win. It said 2 million in capital of accounts, so that's a lot. It's still a lot of accounts.
Yeah, that's a lot. Chop suey over here.
Oh boy. So I know we slip off here in about 10 minutes. Lumi, you're on for the next half hour, I think, to lead into the Apex competition. Anything in particular you're going to be talking about during that time?
What is this Apex competition? It's like
No, I mean like what you'll be talking about before the competition comes on.
I will cover my short on gold, explains the reason. I will force people to trade gold instead of watching this garbage on NQ.
It's probably a smart idea.
Yeah. Because gold is amazing. I keep saying this every single day.
Miriam, why do you like the 100K accounts versus the 150? So I can be more of a degenerate. It doesn't allow me to do that on the 50K. No, I'm kidding. I just like the sweet spot. I just think the 50K is a little bit tighter for my own risk management, but not to say that, you know, it's a bad one to go with. I prefer it. If I was a beginner trader, I prefer it for beginner traders. But it just gives me a little bit more risk to work with on the 100Ks and higher, the 150Ks as well.
In my opinion, like 100K does not make any sense because in terms of like drawdown, for example, on 50K, it's like 2K. On 100K, it's like 3K, right? So it doesn't make like any sense for me just to use this. But 150K is sold to try to trade bigger size. So I have a bit more room in drawdown. So I like this more.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, that's something you gotta like be able to weigh out. Is it something that you want more drawdown, you want more room? Maybe you do take a little bit bigger risk. If you are still starting out, that's why I say like if you're still starting out, like you really shouldn't be taking big risk at all. But
all right, so I misspoke, guys. We're all rolling off in a few minutes. So
Matt,
yes,
okay.
I know. clearly my fault.
Your grass.
I will keep forcing people to trade gold on Monday. So
you'd rather trade gold on Monday?
Yeah, I will force people to trade gold on Monday. I will teach them. instead of watching in queue price action.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, guys, keep in mind, if you are tuning in for the gaming episode after this, the streaming, give us about 30 minutes here to set up. So we'll be starting that about 30 minutes after we log off here. So go get a snack, a juice box, or a jukebox. That works too.
That's a hell of a purchase, I guess.
Yeah. So get whatever you need. I'll probably be going to the gym right after this. Actually, I have to go to the gym after this. Well,
I never
hopefully
go to the gym at 4 a.m. 4:50 a.m.
You go to the gym at 4 a.m.?
4:50 a.m.
Dang, Lumi.
Yeah, crazy, right?
I mean,
I don't
good
have
for
another
you.
time, unfortunately. Yeah, I
That's
have to go
exactly.
early.
You got to make it work somehow. Yeah, that's something that I was trying to figure out. I'm like, do I go right before the stream, which would literally have to be at like 3 a.m, or or do I go after? And I chose to go after. So, though I might be a little bit more perky if I, which I don't know if you guys want to see me more perky. This might be it for me. Where's Nick? Nick is in well, yesterday he was being serenaded by some sirens. Or no, yesterday he turned into a swine. Today he's nobody, but he will be back from his little odyssey next week. So Nick will be back with us on Monday. Oh man. Well, I don't see really too much here, guys. I'm just going to recap what I'm seeing here. Again, this level here on the NASDAQ from this imbalance candle, we would need to clear. Call it like 24,107. We do have some sellers right now at 24,110. But we'll see. We'll see if we even get past this level right now. Otherwise, I would be, from a higher time frame, it does look bullish. We got to, continue following this trend. And then I would look for all-time highs to clear again. So you could target the 120 area. Right now has some sellers. And then I think 130 looks like it's kind of developing as well. There are significant sellers sitting at 24,150. Now, if we do see that today, that would be where I would look for potential resistance. Other than that, yeah, ES doing a very good job of holding its opening range low. Nothing to me screams like we want to go lower just yet. So unless we get some sort of rejection here, we got to stay bullish. So anything you see, Lumi, or want to add on to that?
Nothing to add.
Awesome. Anything from you, Matt?
No, not at all. I think, like I said, I think we're just really glad that this week is done. We go into FOMC next week. I don't know what the price action is going to be. I can promise you it's going to be a fun, wild week. Hopefully it's tradable and we can catch some opportunities. But
don't jinx it.
Other than that, yeah, both from a personal and trading standpoint, I'm very much ready for this week to be over.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, don't make stupid mistakes. So, yeah. We're done for the day. I don't feel like market is going to move at all.
Honestly, you might be right at this point. But guys, we appreciate you all for hopping on here and being part of this. Like I said, don't forget we have this next stream starting here for Tradeify Gaming. It's going to be a fun one, so make sure you're tuned in for that. If you're into that, awesome. We're going to be giving away some things, so make sure you tune in for that. Give it about like 30 minutes or so while they set up, but I think we're gonna send around the horn here. So I will start today and just say thank you guys. Happy Friday again. Thank you guys for tuning in this week. Like we just said, Nick's going to be on with us next week, and we're going to have a full house again. So appreciate you guys. Make sure that you go and spend some time outside, spend some time with family, go show some gratitude, and just hug someone today. It doesn't have to be a stranger. It can be anyone. Okay. And we'll see you next week, but I'm going to kick it to you, Lumi. Lumi, anything you want to say and sign off with us?
No, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting me this week, my first week on Tradeify TV. I really appreciate this. So lots of support, lots of good people here. And yeah, I'm happy to be here, guys. Thank you.
Awesome. Matt, you take us away.
Well, guys, thanks for watching another day and another week of Tradeify TV. We appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks for helping us out as we were in the chat, guys. You helped us out a lot down a host this week. Nick will be back, and we are going to give him so much shit for leaving for a week. I mean, don't get me wrong. Love the fact he got a vacation, got away from it. But yeah, we're going to give him some shit because that's what we do here, right? So thanks, guys, for watching another edition of Tradeify TV. Stay tuned for the gaming stream. Apex Legends and Lil D-Gen and crew will be taking on all comers. That starts in about 30 minutes. Have a great rest of your day. We will see you Monday.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.